You guys can make fun of me and make all the videos you want about me. I don't care.
Say what you want. Put all the videos out there that you want, because frankly, I don't care what you think.
So go ahead, all you trolls. Make videos about this. Go and make all the videos you want.
If you want to make videos about me, I just don't care anymore. I really don't care. I don't care if people re-upload this video. You can make fun of me all you want. It doesn't bother me.
Let me first play this disclaimer so you guys can see it. This way it's up for the public record. Disclaimer. Nothing in this presentation was obtained illegally. Everything you are about to see has been researched using public domains such as Facebook, YouTube, Google, and/or other forms of social media platforms. No family images, home addresses, and/or any direct information shall not be used unless it has already been publicly displayed on either Facebook, YouTube, Google, and/or public social media outlets.
Fuck you, Wally! Fuck you!
I love that intro. It's the best thing ever. Hey everybody. So we're trying a new thing. I got my fancy new microphone. I hope you can hear me okay, because I also have these little headphone things in my ear. I figured I'd try to get rid of the headphone business. I know there's like noise canceling stuff, but anyway, let me know if the audio is okay, because obviously I can't hear myself. I hope I can. Actually, let me check here. I always go to this thing here. Ooh, that microphone sounds terrible. I think there's a fan. Maybe it's the fan in the background. All right, I'll get everyone. Hold on, I'll get up. I'm gonna turn off this fan. Yeah, it doesn't sound as good as I would like to. It sounds a little like, I think I'd have to like put up stuff in the room so that it doesn't echo, that kind of thing. Anyway, we'll try the microphone out for a show, see what happens. Thanks, Hidden. I think Hidden said he has this microphone. Hidden said he has a Yeti. This is a Yeti, and I talked to somebody else, one of my other viewers, friends off screen, and they said they had a Yeti and they love it. So I got a Yeti a while ago, but I hadn't whipped it out because I tried it once. I think it was on Money AD's live stream, and Maga Man came in and he had a shitty wired headphone, and it was 4 times louder than this thing. So I was like, fuck. So we'll see. I have a gain on it. We'll play with it as the night goes on. But yeah, we'll try this guy for the night. So what else is going on? So I think Maga Man is live right now. He made a great live stream. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it later. He basically went to a blood plasma place, and at first he made it like I'm this wonderful guy donating my blood plasma to people who need it. But then he flat out says like he does this twice a week, and it's money, it's income for him. So Wally, you can't donate something for money. You're selling your plasma. Tell people that's what you're doing. But anyway, he was in. I guess he bounces around different plasma banks, which seems suspicious too. Like, is he going to multiple places? Because they won't. Like, you can only go so many times to blood plasma place A, and they're probably like, oh, you were here last week. No, and so Wally goes to another place. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Maybe he's doing it. I don't know. But apparently he went to one that was like the wrong part of town, and he was wearing his MAGA hat, and he was live streaming in the place. He's like, I'm at the blood place, and I'm waiting online. Anyway, they asked him to shut off the live stream, and after he shut it down, apparently some of the locals like were fucking with it. They were like, hey, you, and they like Wally right now. If you go to his channel, he's telling the epic story about how the black people gave him a hard time because of his MAGA hat. And I'm laughing the whole time because part of his argument is he's like, oh, can you believe it? The state of affairs in this world when you go out with a MAGA hat and then people on the other side fuck with you. But meanwhile, MAGA Man's whole channel is like civil war and the left has to fight the right. and you know, like if you see someone, you know, who's a liberal, you got to kill him and and then it happens to Wally. Wally's like, can you believe what it's like out there? So I love it. It's filled with hypocrisy, classic Maga Man. And he's telling, you know, it was a 3-minute, and then he had to get the I don't even know if he gave plasma. He has a thing on his arm, so I guess he gave plasma. But the security had to like walk him outside because they were worried he was going to get jumped. And this is like the 4th or 5th time Maga Man. Oh, it's my son. Okay, buddy. He's going on trampoline, some night tramping, as we call it around here. But yeah, he's all confused. Why the black? Oh, the security escort walked him out the door. I just realized I didn't put the invite in. So they walked him out the door to make sure he didn't get jumped. And yeah, this is like the 5th time. It's like he had a Trump flag, Trump shit on his car, tires got slashed. Then Trump shit on his car, his window was broken. Then he had a Trump flag, black girls threw bottles at his house. Then like someone approached him again. Then the building management was like, no more flags on the balconies. And Maga Man's like, well, if I don't attach it to the house, that's fine. I'll put it up there. Oh, thanks, Penny. I appreciate. I may switch the microphone out because I realize I think there's an echo in this room, but we'll see what happens later on. So, yeah, so like this keeps happening to Maga Man. He keeps on getting in trouble with his. Oh, actually, I just realized maybe my settings are weird with the microphone. Which microphone am I using? No, I'm using the fancy microphone. God damn it. Maybe I'll switch it if it gets bad. And also Penny Pounders. I'm listening to Penny Pounder. like duh. He's part of the MAGA army, folks. We can't trust Penny Pounder. But Penny, I'm glad you're back. I thought you weren't coming back onto the show. It's good seeing you there, Penny. I'm glad you vowed never to come back. Your word is as good as your boss Maga Man when you make a big announcement how you're not coming back. Anyway, yeah, so Maga Man keeps on. What I'm getting at is Maga Man, if you went to the blood drive with just dressed like a normal person, you didn't like blast your politics on your clothing or your car, do you think this would have happened? You see where I'm getting? And some people like I know people that love that. Like they'll wear their politics, and when someone says something, they live for that. They're like, oh yeah, and they're ready to have a political argument or a fight or whatever. I'm not saying it's right, but they're ready for it. But Maga Man's this weirdo that like he wants you to fuck with him, and he wants you to fuck with him, and then when you come at him, he's like, oh, can you believe it, guys? You should do. I was distracted by what should I do? I should switch the mics. God damn it! I was trying to use my mic. Let me see. I'll put in the invite. See, I'm getting ahead of myself. I should wait for everyone to join and talk about Maga Man's latest bullshit. Let's see. Link to join. Boom, boom. Put this on just like that. Okay, the link is up. I will glue it to the top of the thing. Or will I? What is going on here? Pin. There we go. I couldn't pin it for some reason. Okay, the link is pinned. Hidden's in there. Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's up?
Oh, you sound like me. Oh, that's because I have shitty speakers in my ear, so everyone sounds like shit and I sound like shit, which is everyone saying that I should switch my microphone.
You sound fine to me.
Oh, all right. Maybe I'll. Oh, what did you mean by this comment then?
Just fuck with your mic after someone's in here so they can give you some real-time response.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like totally switch the mic. Yeah, so I don't know. What do I got here? I got...
Sound fine to me.
Okay. Yeah, again, I'm going Penny Pounders in my head. Penny, goddamn you, Penny. See, I think my nemesis is live streaming.
I think he fucked up. I think he should have brought Shitty with him to protect him.
Yeah.
He should have known because BLM always hangs around the plasma centers.
But do you think that suspect Wally's like he's bouncing around plasma centers? Like why wouldn't you just go to the same plasma center every time unless you're doing something weird?
Because they won't take his sperm anywhere.
Yeah, like I said, I feel like they only take you so many times. Like they won't take you every day because you'll die.
Goes to the sperm bank and they're like, no, we already told you we don't need yours.
Maybe that's part of Wally's problem. He's always out of plasma, so it's like affecting his brain. I'm going through a chat. Savage Cockeye. Oh, Hank the Meme Man. I haven't seen Hank in a while. Texas is cursed with a drought. Now fucking Noah's Ark flood. Oh, is it raining there? You guys getting rain finally? Hey, Ol and Bill too. I don't know what Slippery means by that. Slippery said he's going to be late. He gave me the worst explanation ever. He said he had to fix his dryer tonight, which I'm like, dude, just say you can't make it. Don't give this bullshit excuse. So maybe
fixing his own dryer. He's denying someone their work, their livelihood.
Well, I think he's a handy, like engineer type guy. So just imagine right now, Slippery is, he's in this basement and the dryer is off the wall, and the panels off of it.
I imagine nothing working at his house.
And he's on his knees, and his ass crack is you could see his ass crack, and you just hear like a ratcheting tool behind the dryer, and he's cursing every now and again. Yeah, we can hear you, Savage.
Okay.
But everyone sounds like shit to me because I have these little crummy jaybirds in my ear.
I'm just gonna jump in really quick and say I was actually at the Plasma Center today. I do donate. I don't do it because it's something I like to do. I do it for the fucking money because I'm broke. But that's what Wally is doing.
At least you can admit it.
You can't jump from one plasma center to the other. So unless
they
it's
keep
like
a record, don't they?
Company, something happened where he's going to where they denied him donation or for him to return. So he probably were not looking for another plasma center that would take him. So something happened, but you can't jump from one to the other. You just can't.
It seems weird, like why he wouldn't just keep going to his local plasma center. Why you go into weird neighborhoods where you're not familiar with, where you don't know that you'll get your ass kicked if you have a MAGA hat on.
Oh, you know what? I saw that video where like this horde of like black people was attacking him, and security had to get involved because of his MAGA hat. So next time I donate, which will be either Monday or Wednesday, I'll make a video. I'll wear one of my shirts, and I'll see what happens. One of the shirts will be more racist and more offensive than what he wears. But I want to see what happens with what I wear.
That sounds like a dangerous experiment.
Are you implying that he hired crisis actors?
Dude, that fucking story is just nonsense. It's just fucking nonsense.
Well, the best part is afterwards he was live streaming from Walmart. He's pushing a cart around Walmart, and he's saying, guys, can you believe it? I was in a place and black people gave me a hard time. I don't know what it is. What's going on? And then he stops and he's walking by the Aunt Jemima, and he's like, look, Aunt Jemima, fuck Aunt Jemima, fuck Aunt Jemima. Anyway, guys, can you believe why black people have a problem with me? I don't understand it.
Wait a minute. You know what this is? This is a reverse Smollett. He actually, he's the one wearing the MAGA hat. He's in a place where you wouldn't suspect black people would start jumping white guys.
He hired them. He's like, okay, I'm going to go to the plasma center, and you guys are going to start with me, okay?
It's like a bunch of shitty's family members. He paid $10.
Oh, that's why he was live streaming from the plasma center, waiting for that to start. But then the staff told him to stop it, and they've ruined his bit. That's what happened. Wally, that's what happened. I can prove it in court.
Get the fuck out.
Like he turned off the camera, and then all of a sudden he was attacked, and like, all these things happened. Yeah.
Is he all beat up looking, or is it just all words?
He's the only part I caught. He's probably telling a story right now, but he says something about like a black girl was like, "Don't you look at me," and he said I could look at you anytime I want, and he probably lied about what he said. He probably was like, okay, you know. But he made it like he said something back to the black girl, and then like he said half a dozen or more was what he said, like came after him. But again, it keeps happening with him. He has his Trump shit, and he goes places. He got in a fender bender, and like all these people surrounded him because of his crazy fucking tire cover. And he's like, I don't understand why this keeps happening. like, dude, just don't fucking dress like a peacock everywhere you go, and you'll be fine. Fucking guy. Not saying it's okay to beat up people for political swag, but like, you know.
Well, they probably wanted to try out his pepper ball guns.
Dude,
yeah, he also said he had like a pepper ball launcher. So here he is in a blood plasma place with weapons in close, but like he makes everyone nervous, and he doesn't get that. Like people like Wally don't get it. Like when you walk around with weapons, people aren't going, "Oh boy, I feel so safe that there's some stranger with fucking weapons on his head." Like you're making people nervous. You're like, is that guy crazy? Is he gonna start shooting up the place? I don't know. You know.
The thing that he seems to plan these things, so he can somehow become a victim, and he feels. We
don't hear you, Dr. Tip. We don't hear you talking. No, we don't hear nothing. Nothing.
Nothing.
Boo. Those are bunk beds behind him.
He's got those old 2002 headphones on.
Everyone's just trying out weird fucking audio tonight. Like I said, I think this mic would work, but I'd have to put up that sound, like that foam wall shit. I'm like, that's not happening in this room. Because I think there's a bit of an echo. I need a garage like Hidden. Hidden sounds good in his garage. Well, but I think his mic is right. The mic is right there for Hidden. He's like talking right into it.
No, I'm
like doing this. Hey, everybody.
No, but I could. If I got right in here, yeah.
There you go. Yeah, how's it going, everybody, tonight? I'm your DJ.
Yo.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, you did it. Whatever you're doing.
You're just like that old Verizon commercial.
Fucking dude. I thought you'd appreciate this. I have to live stream from my kids' room with the bunk beds behind me.
I thought you were doing it for a bit.
Well, it actually serving two purposes, but they're in the other room. They wanted to watch Game of Thrones, and I'm like, okay, fine. So.
Okay. Oh, is that tonight? The new.
No. They want to start this season. They haven't watched it. They were too young when it came out. So.
They're still kind of young. That's a rough show, man.
Dude, one's 15 and the other one's like 11. I mean, they see shit. You know,
like first episode, if memory serves, is like incest, and then they try to murder a kid. That's episode 1, season 1.
That's every day here in New York City. So that's fine.
Can't wait till we get to the forced transgendering scene.
Yeah.
Well, has the MAGA army appeared? Are they outside your practice? Are they throwing rocks?
Not that I can tell. I mean,
the retaliation's coming. Even though Wally he's shocked by how how people could fight the evil in this world, like because he got shit again because of his nonsense.
Yeah, I've been working all day, so I haven't been able to catch up. I caught bits and pieces. He was referring to something. Yeah, there you go. Hey, Penny, how you doing?
Penny likes you.
If he showed up at your practice, would you clean his teeth?
If he had any, but he's probably one of those broken teeth, fat, unfuckable, guys. So probably not. Wally couldn't afford me. Let's put it that way.
I couldn't either, probably.
Maybe Penny Pounder's loaded, though. He may be loaded.
Well, I don't know about Penny. I would love to talk to Penny. Man, come on, Penny. Come on in. Let's hear what you're
saying. Penny once creepily said he's like, I've bumped into you before, Dan. Like he's trying to be like doing that shit. Like
he just needs to get the voice mod, and then he can come in and pretend he's anybody he wants, or she. I don't mean to misgender anybody. That might possibly not be.
Penny, what are your pronouns?
I believe
fuck your
Penny
pronouns.
Pounder would be someone that pounds Penny. So
Penny identifies as a toothbrush. Penny identifies as a can of Coop spray. Penny identifies as a live streaming.
Going around the room.
I identify as an electric toothbrush.
I know whenever Wally does that bit, now that you pointed it out, like it's uncanny. Like I feel like I'm in the room with him because he just literally goes like whatever is in eyesight, I identify as a letter from the Victims' Compensation Fund. I identify as a failed paperwork. I identify as a black book.
I caught the trail end. So a little update for the people not paying attention.
Yeah, did he get attacked again?
No. Well, before that, his paperwork. He's like, I thought I was getting money, but the doctor screwed up the paperwork. So he made a couple of videos. Like apparently, he's like, I can't talk about it, and then he talks about it for an hour and a half. But apparently, he said something like the doctor should have been submitting paperwork. But the doctor wasn't, or he was faxing it. Oh, we lost you. There you go. Either the doctor didn't submit it, or they were sending it to a fax number that didn't exist. Anyway, Wally said, "Oh, because the doctor wasn't doing nothing, I can't really talk about it because it's a legal matter, but that may lead into something else." So Wally's hinting at like he's going to sue the doctor that did. Yeah, he's gonna sue. Everyone's getting sued. You know, Wally's gonna make all the money in the world. So that's his latest bit. Is he's suing doctors because they didn't file paperwork correctly. Oh, there he is. Well. How'd it go with the dryer?
Not so good. It's still apart because when I got into it, I had more stuff to do and I had to order more parts. So,
wait.
She's gonna be like, you started working on it and then you went to go play with your dumb friends on the Dogpile thing that you do. You're gonna be in so much trouble, dude.
Hold your hands up to the monitor. Hold your hands up to the camera.
Does he have greasy?
He's got nothing on his hands.
Look, no. That's not true. Look at this. Look at this.
I got a cut.
I got a Band-Aid because it's all that sheet metal stuff in there, and I cut myself. This one too.
Oh, okay, Maga Man.
Yeah. Were you given blood plasma at 14 different plasma sites?
Before we say what happened to HS? I just saw him here. Now he's
been having he's in his kid's room. He has a shitty microphone. It's not going well at the it must be the MAGA army is it's very he fell back to his fallback kid zone, I guess, kid bedroom zone.
I got a little bit excited because I saw you had bunk beds too, and this was going to be good. I thought this was going to be a whole nother thing. But first and foremost, before we go anywhere, Dan, congratulations. You've surpassed and blown away Maga Man and subscribers.
We did it, everybody. Thank you. Smash that like button or something.
No like party or anything, just without fanfare.
You didn't buy any of them.
I did not buy any subscribers. No, none.
You know what it probably is? To make those subscribers look real, they have to like sub to other channels so that they look real. So your shit probably comes up right after his. And so they're subbing to you.
I was saying, I'm like, maybe his audience is coming here because he's just like, whatever you do, don't watch Dan's channel. Like, oh, why?
Before I came in, I was like, wash my hands, did a couple of things, and I went, and I was over by Maga Man, and guess who was there? Kmart investor, and he's like, Maga Man, I told them about the Mason thing and about the other things, but they weren't listening. And then Wally was like, I can't really talk about it now. I've got so much stuff going on with the lawyers and the doctors and New York.
Can't talk about it.
Yeah, right. Can't talk about it now. A whole week before, 800,000 videos. When I get my money, these guys are going to court. I'm going to take them to court. Now we can't talk about it.
He can't get his money. I said in the description of this live stream, Wally, in December, he swore this year on the lives of his children that he's suing everybody. But now, if he doesn't have money, what's going to happen? He's going to have to kill his kids, I guess.
Oh, no.
Oh, HS, we have
a
lot to talk about.
You'd have to see them for that.
Oh,
bird.
You'd have to get across the border for that.
So here's this guy, this Maga Man, right? And just before he got on, and I have to say, Dan, like last week, last Dogpile, I was feeling a little down. It's like we've got him in. We had him come in. You got him. You talked him into a corner. He ran away. HS did the whole thing. I'm like, there's nowhere to go from here. And you reassured me. You're like, don't worry. It's Wally. There'll always be another
Something
thing.
happened.
And you were of course. The guy was like, remember, he always talked all along. Well, nobody does like what I do. I go and I give plasma. Yeah, because you're getting $50 to buy some Freddy Krueger sweaters,
How does he know what anyone else does? Nobody talks about that type of shit.
Yeah, right. He's like, people just write a check and they think that's charity. He doesn't know what any one of us actually do for charity or don't do for charity.
In the same live stream, he said, oh, I'm doing the right thing. I'm donating plasma. They make medicine out of it. And I'm just, it's just for some fun money. And then 5 minutes later, he says, oh, I can't wait till I get a shitload of money and I never have to do this again. So he just admitted, right. You're in it for the money. And that's okay, but don't be like, I'm this saintly person that donates. It's like, dude, you're getting money. That's the whole...
That's why I made that video of his cirrhosis.
Sorry,
it changes.
You basically have to sign on this fucking machine with your fingerprint. You have to say you don't have any of these symptoms. You don't take any of these medications.
Even for blood plasma? Because I figured they filter it out. I think they'll still take your blood, but they'll use it for testing.
No. It is plasma. They don't fuck with your blood. They just filter out the plasma and they put the blood back in you.
But you're saying if you say I have X, Y, and Z, they'll show you the door, or they'll still take your plasma but not use it in a human being.
Is it your plasma or like your platelets? Because full disclosure, I've given blood and I've given. No, I don't think it's plasma. They put you on this machine called a phosphoresis machine that takes your blood out and then takes your red blood cells out of it and sends it back into you. But it takes like 45 minutes or something. But I don't think that's plasma. I think that's red blood cells or something.
He goes to a plasma place.
I didn't even know what that means. And I've never asked for $50. I don't know. I mean,
it's actually a plasma cutting place where they make Freddy Krueger knives for fucking gloves.
Did you see the Freddy glove? Come on.
I didn't watch it. I'm just like, I get it.
God.
He's got a new toy.
He's got a new Freddy. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Slippery.
No. It's not that important.
During the physical, the doctor will ask you, do you take medication for like depression? Do you have any lung issues? Do you use an inhaler? If you say yes to any of those, you can't donate. So he's fucking lying.
Do you have Ebola AIDS?
Yeah, we have to get HS in here to like go over this with us because like he's a real healthcare professional, so he might know a lot more about this than we do. But maybe he'll be more successful in his next go round.
He said he'd clean Maga's teeth if there were any.
The Freddy glove was great. The Freddy's glove was great. Here he is. Yep. Dr. J.
All right. I had to kick my kids out. I'm like, fuck it. My thing isn't working.
Oh, no, mean dad.
Here's the best thing. I tried to comment and say, hey, guys, my iPad's not working. I'll be back in a second. But guess whose live stream I commented on? Wally's. I was like, wait a minute, because I was watching the shit before we started. And I realized, so I don't know if he deleted it or not, but it just says, hi, guys, having iPad problems.
I'm sure Nightbot is all over like Shane.
That's hysterical.
Wally's going to pull Nightbot aside later on and be like, you had one job, Nightbot.
So, Slippery, were you talking about PRP, plasma-rich protein?
No. Like I've gone, I go every once in a while to the blood drives, and sometimes I give just regular whole blood, but other times they hook me up to a machine. They said they need red blood cells, and it like goes through this machine, and then it pumps your blood back in and just say. But I don't think that's plasma. I think that's just red blood cells or something, right?
Yeah, it's maybe somebody who like for sickle cell anemia or something like that, or other anemias that need to boost their red blood cells.
I think they call it a phosphoresis machine.
Yeah.
I remember something like that. So I mean, but I don't know what Wally gives to get his $50 to save up for Freddy gloves or more pellets, I guess.
Wait a minute, they're using his plasma for people that have sickle cell disease?
Oh, I don't. Not his plasma. No.
Oh,
this would be.
I was gonna say, wouldn't that be so ironic?
Full disclosure.
Imagine if he's selling his sperm. There's a bunch of little Wally.
That's what I was saying earlier. They probably kicked him out of all those places, so he's got to go to plasma now.
He brings his own rubber pussy. He's like, I'm good, guys.
No. He brings his own samples, right? He collects it in a plastic bag with like salad tongs.
It has a case number written on it on the top.
Bag. Yeah, I brought my own. I didn't want to break the chain of evidence, so it came right from my dick.
Just speaking to Dr. Dick Tips over here, can I just say something? Like, obviously you heard Wally with the whole anti-Semitic circumcised. You told him to eat a bag of dicks. Well, yeah. But the thing, and look, I know you're a big boy, you can take it and everything else. But I've listened
to laughable. It's just so pathetically not funny. I don't care. It's like
he said it 3 times on the same live stream. He's he said eat a bag of dicks. Well, eat a bag of circumcised dicks.
Yeah, right.
And no one laughs. So he'll say it again 5 minutes later.
But
no one laughs.
That kind of pissed me off a little bit because I've listened to all of his, like, so many hours of his shit, and then we've had this Dogpile so many times. The mere mention of him saying that, Shane, HS hides behind his religion.
That's just absurd.
That's just crazy. Nobody's ever brought up your religion except him.
Well, that's the funny thing, right? I am like, okay, for the public record, I am an atheist. I am the least religious person there is. I was never even bar mitzvahed. The only person who gives a shit is Wally, which is where this joke came from. I'm only known as the Hebrew spaceman because Wally brought that crap up.
But have you been circumcised or?
Well, that's for me to know. You want to find out?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't know.
Can I tell my Jewish joke? I got one Jewish joke. You tell me if it's good.
You got to look around first. Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
No, that's only for black joke.
Yeah, so, I know. It's the first line in every joke.
All right. So I'm online in the grocery store, right? And I see a rabbi in front of me, and he whips out his wallet, and he says, "Wow, this." I see his wallet, and it's really made. It's really beautiful. And I said, "Where'd you get that?" He said, "Well, I made it out of all the foreskins
I know
from all the. Yeah, you probably heard it 1,000 times. From all the foreskins of all the guys, of all the little young boys that I circumcised." I said, "That's great. It's it's a great thing." He said, "Well, that's not the half of it. When you rub it, it turns into a suitcase."
Yep.
But
Dan, I just sent you a little video clip for your collect if you can play it. I'm not sure, or I could try to share it somehow. Yeah, I mean,
what did you do? Send it on Facebook?
Yeah, I sent it on Facebook. The whole Jewish thing, the Hebrew thing, like, okay, I'm not offended. I could not care less. Wally is offensive.
Yeah, he's
a big boy. Look, unlike Wally, I've got real Asian friends and African American friends and Guatemalan friends and blah blah blah. Not everybody, right? You got to know your audience. But there's some people I hang out with, like 2 or 3 Chinese guys. We tell the most. I mean, they make fun of me. I make fun of them. But I know them in context, right? Wally doesn't. He just says horrible, vile shit, and it's just not funny. But it doesn't like get under my skin. It's like the same when he shoots a Star Wars action figure, and he thinks I curl up in a ball.
Wait until they see this.
In this, he says the fetal position. Oh no! What is he say? The embryonic position. Yeah.
But the thing that kind of surprises me. Oh, here we go.
Dick tips. Dick tips. Dick tips. Dick tips.
Yeah, so I just was like
dick tips.
But
I could have got it looping for like an hour, but yeah, go ahead.
You always kind of wonder where, like Wally, he grew up in New York. He grew up in Queens, right? Like we all. I don't know. HS, did you grow up in New York?
Yeah, out on the island.
Yeah. Okay, so like
I was born in Brooklyn.
Yeah, but I grew up in Queens, right? And you grow up in New York, and you go through grade school or whatever, and we were always used to like diverse people. There was always the black kids, the Jewish kids, the Italian kids, the Irish kids.
Everybody.
And we all got along.
That's great about New York.
That's the beauty of it, right? And I mean, like you were saying, like you'd have people of all stripes, Korean kids or whatever, and you could joke around with them, and you could make what would be perceived today as like ethnic slurs or call them ethnic stuff or racist stuff, but it wasn't malicious, it wasn't nasty, it wasn't mean-spirited. You can't really do that anymore because of the times, but at the time it wasn't really. We understood what was going on, Right. So I mean that's what's is shocking about Wally, that like he gets into these vile ethnic and racial slurs that are not funny. They're not like shock jockish like you would think, like a Howard Stern type of thing. They're just evil and vicious.
The farthest he can, like, he's just like Shane is a Jewish guy. That's as far as Wally gets.
Yeah. The funny thing, I was talking about Howard Stern. I think we were talking about it last week, and the difference between Howard Stern, well, a lot of difference between Howard Stern and Wally. Howard Stern made his career after being a shock jock off of making fun of everybody.
Everybody, right? Nobody was off limits. Yeah,
it wasn't himself. Like Wally targets the same 2 or 3 stereotypes, right? And he just dives in. He doesn't make fun of his fat, unfuckable ass face. I mean, he only goes after, me and my bullshit, and obviously Womans and the Harambe and on and on and on. It's a one-sided, one-trick pony.
Right.
Hebrew, why do you think Wally's jumping from plasma place to why is he going to the same plasma place?
Okay, so he's probably poorer than we even think he is, right? Because he buys fucking screen accurate 2 Freddy gloves, right? He's 110%. Thank you.
He sold a bunch of sweaters off, so he's only down to like 3.
Oh, so he's only down to 2. I know, right?
Yeah, he's down to 2. He said he bought. He's
down to 2.
He sold 3, and he took the money from that and he reinvested it in buying a duplicate of the first one.
One of them he sold for $3. It cost him more to ship the thing. But dumbass. So why is he going from place to place? Because I think you're talking about before, Dan. Before I had to jump off, he can only donate so many times, right?
So you think he's
I think he probably, sadly, is somewhat destitute, and is.
But you think the plaza places would be all over that, because that seems like people who have limited income are doing this, so we gotta keep a database going.
But they might be different.
So, but it's not. The medical records are not uniform. I mean, I used to get patients who would show up now the DEA has really cracked down, but patients who would show up wanting scripts for narcotics, and maybe I would fall for it once, and then occasionally I'd get a phone call from a pharmacy going, "Oh, by the way, did you mean to write the script?" And I'd say, "Yeah, why?" "Oh, because I have 5 scripts for the same medication."
He's doctor shopping.
Oh, yeah.
But there's no. So now there's a DEA database. Now there's something called the prescription management program. I have to I'm supposed to check before I write a script for narcotics. There's a lot more checks and balances. Plasma places, they're not. There's not millions of dollars at the government's disposal to have a national database.
To have a database, yeah. Okay.
Who's selling their body fluids. So Wally just jumps from place to place. Maybe that's why he's so fucking lightheaded and stupid. That's
what I was saying. Maybe it's affecting his cognitive abilities because he shows up 2 days later. He's pale. He's like, "Yeah, I'm here for some. I'm fine. I'm just hooking up."
Well, it's interesting because a few weeks ago, I mean, in Wally world, like a few weeks is like a lifetime. But I remember him having like a bandage on his forearm.
Yes.
A few weeks ago, and now he's got one again today. So
he's got to show it off to everybody. Look, everyone, I got an ouchie. Look, I'm a great guy. I'm donating blood for money. Which to me isn't donating.
No, he's a plasma prostitute because he's not doing it to help anybody. He might as well, he could call himself like a sex worker. They're providing a valuable public service, and that's what Wally's doing.
Yeah.
So he's just like a half a prostitute.
But just be like I'm selling it I'm doing it for the money. Just like there's nothing wrong with that. But he's like, everyone, I'm doing the right thing out there.
How pathetic. How low do you have to be to sell your fucking? He's like a fucking meth act, like a junkie who just needs to get any money.
But not only that, did you? I ducked into
Savage Cock is like, I do it every other day. What are you guys talking about?
But I was watching his live stream. No, but I was watching his live stream, and then he was like judging the other people were there. Of course,
yeah, that's what I mean. Like it's fine you're doing this for the money, but don't be such a hypocrite.
And then he's saying, well, they're probably doing
Wally, don't be a hypocrite.
The black people, they're probably doing it to buy joints and buy marijuana, but he's doing it for some kind of altruistic reason for better.
He buys beer and Parmesan sauce.
Yeah, he's buying it. He spent it for $20 so he can buy a case of Walmart. Whatever.
That was the other thing he was doing at Walmart that was cracking me up. He was going through Walmart, and everywhere there was like an empty shelf, he'd be like, Brandon, Joe Brandon is why there's no Parmesan cheese. He's just like Brandon. Everywhere there's empty. Like I'm not an expert what's going on politically, but I imagine there's some steps between like Joe Brandon being president and not having Parmesan cheese in North Carolina. There's probably some more steps in between those two things.
Wally is like so many other people. They give, like, the president of the United States has a lot of power, but not as much as they give him credit for, because he has no power over whether or not there's Parmesan cheese on the show.
Right. Well, it's like the economy. It doesn't happen in an instant, right?
Yeah.
Policies go into effect. It takes months to years for things to happen. Wally rails against globalization, but guess what? It's here to stay, right? The world economy, we're impacted. When we talk about the gas prices were worldwide up everywhere. It wasn't just a nationwide thing. And
right.
Was responsible.
But it's also like, blame Putin. Like, I don't hear anybody in Wally's side going like, Putin decides to do this thing, and next thing you know, we're paying $6 for gasoline. It's like, blame the Russians. And Wally should be ashamed of himself, because a while back there was that black female basketball player that the fucking Ruskies have, and Wally's like, "Oh, you're BLM, good." It's like Wally's the reason he should be ashamed of himself is because Wally's about my age, and we grew up in the '80s, and it was drilled into us that the fucking Russians are the bad guys. Like every movie, Rambo, Red Dawn, Hunt for October, the fucking Russians are bad. And Wally grew up with that, but now he's just like, oh, Putin is okay because Trump likes Putin, and oh, it's good that Putin has one of ours. Like, fuck her. It's like, she's an American, asshole. Like,
right, whether you agree or don't agree or whatever, at the end of the day, you're still an American, and, like, she's being just...
The Russians have an American. Rocky IV. Come on.
She's just being held there as a political pawn. And,
yeah,
and it has
that's what's going on.
I don't think she really did anything wrong.
I don't think this needs to be said out loud, but everything that Wally says is the most disingenuous, transparently not true, hypocritical.
It's just a bit. It's just a bit, Hebrew.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's just a show. Yeah.
Until he cries, then it's serious, and you need to go to court. But up until that point, it's a bit.
Everything, like whatever today he spin, he was talking about if I had my TCP with me.
Yeah, I caught that.
Yeah, right.
He went after me. He's like, because I didn't knock on his door and because I didn't go to his patio, I'm a coward. Okay. You know, nothing this guy says makes any sense.
The other thing I caught is he was saying, okay, you know, I was surrounded by these 6 guys or more, and I left there. But guys, I showed you this article from 12 years ago that like said that I fought a guy that tried to take money. So I totally would have kicked their ass, you know. But you know, I just didn't want to cause the scene. Like he was bringing up how like I'm actually a tough guy. Remember that article from 12 years ago? Even though I pussied out and I need security to protect me on the way to the door.
Robert said
but boy, I would have really got him, you know. Like okay.
Wally talking shit. He used to get his ass kicked according to Babu like all the time, right?
Yeah.
Wally's the biggest. He hear gunshots outside his door. He drops to the deck. You know?
I think you said it to me, Hebrew, that like Wally in his latest thing, like I guess he broke down and he was crying and sobbing again. You know, like it's so strange because half the time he's crying and sobbing, he blames it on his trolls. The other half of the time, he blames it on his situation with baby mama. And then he started talking about that whole thing again, where he was actually saying he really loved Gildardo now.
Yeah,
I mean, you have a
I loved him more than
way.
my own father.
He has a strange way of showing it because if you know anybody ever watches it, and if I'm sure somebody will eventually see it, how do you ever come back from that? I mean, he burned so many bridges that he can never get back across. So
He lives on little Maga Island. That's how,
yeah, that's the
It's
problem.
okay because Jesus is going to come back. And he's gonna straighten baby mama out and teach her that, you know, that Wally is, you know, the way to go, and Jesus will make Gildardo forget all about.
Jesus has given us the gift of Wally, so we have to be happy. He's been a gift. I mean, I swear to God.
Wally never asked Jesus why like Wally's life sucks so much. Like, what is he doing? Jesus is busy like flooding the E train when it rains a lot, but Wally's never like
recently about God. I forget he did a whole thing with God not too long ago. That was also nonsensical. Yeah. And may God forgive me. I hope they cut their heads off or something like that.
Yeah. He'll wish death on a stranger.
And may God forgive me, but I hope for 10 more 9/11s, 20 more 9/11s. I hope
so why would God forgive you?
Blood flowing in the East River, blood flowing in the Hudson River.
I feel what he's doing with the lawyers is. It's similar to what he does with Jesus. Like he's like Jesus is going to make baby mama come back and all that. He does the same thing with he's like he doesn't understand law or anything, but he just knows people like Johnny Depp. Like you give money to a lawyer and they fix things. So he's just like I'll give the lawyers money and they'll make all my videos go away and everyone will stop talking about me and everyone will love me and I'll get the NSA to give me the information of all the people who are anonymous on YouTube and I'll go after them and it'll all be fine if I just magically give money to magical lawyers. It's like
do you ever notice the other thing sorry. The other thing that I thought about when he was talking about his big case again and the case opening up and they have to go to Social Security and you know when he was down at Zuccotti Park panhandling for money, you know, as a first responder, his sign said denied first responder denied workman's comp twice. So like the workman's comp had nothing to do with 9/11. So is he he's claiming he's disabled because of 9/11 or because prior stuff that he had going on with workman's comp, the spondylosis.
He's just saying like he's a hero and they're not giving this hero money even though it's apples and oranges.
Right. But like he conflates like his disability, his workman's comp had nothing to do with 9/11. So he's conflating the two.
Heroes. He was already disabled.
He was a disabled first responder.
Yeah.
So he claimed he had back stuff, which I already debunked. He said he had spondylolisthesis, which 80% of any man over 40 have. It's not.
Maybe that's to do with playing guitar over a table at a dive bar.
Problems start with an S.
So you know, like he talks like he's consulting with his lawyers, like this kind of one-on-one. This is a gigantic.
He's probably emailing them, and they're not emailing back. Like anybody, I know. Every attorney charges. Any fucking decent attorney's charging $500 an hour. Unless they're taking it on contingency, in which event they're not doing shit for Wally because there's not going to be a big. But they'll take a big chunk of the settlement.
But this whole Barish and McGarry, they only get a 10% take because this is more or less like a bureaucratic filling out forms and doing stuff. So he's not talking to a real lawyer. He's talking to some maybe like some point person that deals with this. But you know, he's only representing what they're only filling out what he told them, and God only knows what he told them. And then when they're asking for more stuff, maybe that's why this is like coming. Well, do you have spondylosis? Did you get spondylolisthesis from this, or did you get this, or I think he's pushing the PTSD thing really hard with his
that's a buzzword.
Insomnia.
That's one of the things that you needed to say to get get part of the Bickman Compensation Fund. You tell him you have PTSD because it's a catch-all, non-specific diagnosis, right? You can't prove what this.
Right. You just know.
I have
you
the
just
SADS,
know that it's
and that's on the list of approved
that happened
conditions.
after a trauma.
Yeah, guys, you can see
you don't know
from
if it's
my eyes
related or not.
that I'm not doing really well.
Yeah, and then a half an hour later, he's ranting into the fucking thing, telling me I should eat a bag of uncircumcised penis tips.
Oh, I was.
It's funny now, right? It's funny the fifth time, guys.
Well, it's funny to make fun of it. It's like
he needs a laugh track button that he can just press when he leaves it.
This guy, I
How does that make sense, though? Come on, fuck.
I went into this guy's
but dick tips.
Do you get it, guys? He's a Jew. You get it?
Obviously, you're cutting something off the dick if it's a bag of just tips.
Why didn't he just say foreskin? Like, he can't say car, he's got to say vehicle. Just tell me to eat a foreskin, Wally. It's called a foreskin.
Oh, did you see, talking about circumcision, did you see the title? The title of his live stream was like, New York succumbs, but he didn't know how to spell succumbs.
Succumbs, yeah.
He spelled it wrong. If you can find it, it cracked me up.
Wouldn't you put that in spell check before you actually did that? I mean, Mr. YouTube himself.
I always tell people that little red squiggly line means you made a mistake.
There's a whole catalog
there you go.
of words
where is it?
Mispronounces, right?
Oh, my name's in front. Can I get rid of my name? What? Oh, my name is ruining everything.
Oh, it's
over.
Killing it, yeah.
One of the things Wally says is beholding instead of beholden.
Oh, right, yeah, that's
Just take names right off.
He says there's like 3 or 4 other words that he repeats that are just wrong. And it drives me crazy.
Potable water.
Well, potable, that's a new one, right?
Yeah, that was the newest one. Yeah, he was explaining how he was going to save he had the solution to cure the drought problem. Wally's sitting in the Bradley unit in South. There's scientists all over the world working on this, but Wally has it. Just because the Andes Mountains are getting more snow than usual, that's why you have a drought here.
Yeah.
So it didn't go anywhere. We all know, Wally, matter can't be created or destroyed. We know the water went from here to there. But I think Dan said it. But that's where the water is needed.
So stupid. Circums.
That's his rap name, isn't it? Circums a lot.
And of all his thousands of subscribers and friends and fans and followers and people he knows offline, you think one of these fucking jerks would send him a text that says, "Hey, you spelled the shit wrong. You look like an idiot." But
I used to do that, but I don't hang out on this channel.
Well, Wally will just be like, I was doing a bit to, it was circumcision. Get it, guys?
It was a play on words. Yeah.
Yo, what is with that?
I had a good experience. One of Wally's guys that comes in his live streams is this guy Josh the gardener. And I went to his channel and I do what I usually do. I leave a little link to some of Wally's crack ups so everybody can know what Wally's all about, because that's just where the gold is.
Oh, I went to that guy's channel too. Yeah.
And I went into the chat and I said, "Hey, everybody, how you doing?" And then I waited a little bit and I said, "Did anybody see Maga Man's last live stream where he was crying?" And the guy went ballistic. He's like, "Get him out of here! Now, Slippery, fuck you! Maga Man is my brother." And I'm like,
okay.
Oh my God, Jesus! Right? He's your brother.
That's why Sifu was. He's like, "I love Maga Man."
He's a bona fide motherfucker.
It's like you just don't know him. Wait till you get to know him. Then
explaining how to plant snap peas during the Armageddon in Oklahoma. So I mean, I might have interrupted that thing.
Well.
Uh-oh.
Here he is.
There you go.
Puffy Wuff.
Go ahead.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
Tired, man. I'm dead tired.
Yeah, he's tired. Because Jump Bluff and I, we met in a parking lot like 3 a.m. and we exchanged a briefcase. I can't tell you what's in it, guys, but that's why Jump Bluff's tired. I know him secretly on the side. Wally, he's my friend.
Well, I think that Penny was in the chat. I think it was his last live stream, and she was like, "Would you ever join the Masonic Lodge again?" and he denied it. And I'm like, dude, so basically what you just proved there is that you're saying that I was lying. So I went into his stream today, and I was like, yo, like they said this, so he had to address it. So I don't want to discuss his messages because I'm not a scumbag, but like show him publicly or anything like that. But like I wanted to prove that the dude was, he lied. He told me he wants that restored, and it tells Penny in the whole chat.
Wally does not lie. How dare you?
Yeah, and then when he realized how ridiculous his demand was because we laughed at him, now he's like, oh, no, I want to get back with fuck those guys.
But
he's like a 6-year-old. I don't care.
I don't know. Somebody else has a suspicion who Penny Pounder might be. Because the way he phrased that, hey, MAGA, don't you want to join the lodge again, or do you want to go back in the lodge instead of saying your lodge or the lodge? So, I have my suspicions about who this might be, but we don't know.
Penny's not on MAGA's side. I'm telling you right now. But,
Penny's not on MAGA's side?
He's not.
I don't believe that.
The dude's a troll.
Oh, yeah, that for sure. Yeah.
So he means he's not on MAGA's side.
That's desertion. Desertion?
At this point, aren't we all trolls?
He's a traitorous
Who
deserter.
isn't a troll?
I'm starting to believe Plastics a little bit. Whatever. He has a channel though. We were talking about ballad songs, and he's like, I think I was on one of my sub profiles, and I was like, yo, I want to get into ballad songs, and he's like, yeah, you have a lot to learn. Like, acting like he was like this amazing ballad song flipper. So I checked his channel out, and he's just doing like a basic open. I'm like, okay.
Ballad?
Ballad song. It's a butterfly knife.
Yeah, that song.
Oh.
I checked out.
I thought you said a ballad song, like when rock stars sing like a love-like song, they're doing a ballad.
Every road.
Yeah, I'm like, is that what? He's doing that? I want to check that out.
The first time I asked him, I thought he had like poker chips.
Who
like,
Plastic?
No, Jump Bluff.
Oh, Jump. No,
That
I
noise
checked.
that he makes.
Oh yeah, he's taking chips to go like this, like when you're at the table and you're waiting.
I actually checked out Plastic's channel to see what he was about, and he looks pretty legit. He looks like he's a guy up in rural Maine, and like I guess he's like into transmitters or something like that. He looks pretty legit, and I always wondered to myself, like, what is his like deep-seated like affinity for a guy like Wally after you see so much craziness come from this guy. So
because
I couldn't understand it.
Truth for some of these folks in what Wally says, right? Because Wally does objectively cater to a certain political spectrum.
But when he sticks to his guns, he goes on like Maurice, and he could like keep up with all of them, and they're bouncing off of one another, and he's fine. But then he's like, oh, these people are my friends now, so now I'm gonna cry and put on a thing, and don't you know what happened to me, guys? And like they're like, we talk about right wing politics. What are you doing?
But Wally never I've never ever heard him engage in any kind of political discussion with like any kind of thoughtful kind of analysis on it. Like from a conservative point of view, it's just like, this is bad. This is good. This bad. This good. You can't like you have to be able to see opposing opinions and say, hey, that makes a lot of sense. That's something that I could understand. Like he doesn't.
No, that's not true. He'll be like, look at this liberal politician. They look like a gorilla, and they're stupid, and they're a big dum head, and like he just goes to the
It's like a third grade. Yeah, like a third grade attack.
Like one of his live streams, he did like 4 or 5 in the last 2 days, but one of them was talking about, and it was he was showing some old socialism video or video about people who wanted to. He's immediately going after. She's a what do you call somebody? Something dyke.
That's his argument. Look at him.
Yeah. This person's ugly and fuck, and all the stuff we've heard before. He called somebody a bull dyke, I think. What was it?
Yeah.
Like there was one of the other people that like that you would see in his live stream. This woman named Kelly Ray, and she was doing a live stream. So I went in the chat. I went into the chat and I said something like, "Hi, how's everybody doing?" or whatever it was. And I went in as
block him.
And I didn't say one word about him. I didn't say anything. And I think the only comment I made is like, "Oh my God, discussing politics all the time gets so emotionally exhausting," or just a comment like that. And then Wally wasn't in the chat. He wasn't, and all of a sudden from nowhere he came, oh, that's a troll. That's my troll. You have to block him. I think she wrenched me. She wrenched me.
He came running. He came running out of the bathroom, pulling up his pants. Get rid of him! He's tripping over his pants.
He still had the coop spray stuck up his ass.
He was probably mid-stroke masturbating when he came running out.
Block him!
Oh, block him! Get him off! Oh, I this is one of my.
Slippery!
I said absolutely.
He was mid-hand-sized body.
Yeah. I said absolutely.
The pussy was for Big J, everybody. Okay.
It was for Aunt Jemima.
I think Hank the Mean Man blocked some Big J's some of his comments for whatever reason. I don't know. I just saw hacking the message deleted by Hank the Mean Man. I don't know, but
did something happen? Who's blocking stuff?
I haven't touched anybody.
No, I think Hank. I just.
Hacking the manosphere got blocked. Who blocked him? Let's see.
It says Hank the Mean Man deleted the message. Hank the Mean Man. Might have to do some moderator.
You have to vet your mods, Dan. You can't wrench it.
You know, guys, I don't want to go down this road.
Why
I'll be like Maga Man. I'll stop the whole live stream. I'll turn on my computer. Okay, guys. No, I don't see anybody.
No.
Good.
So immediately I was in there and I said something that was completely, it wasn't, it didn't trigger any emotions. It was just like, politics is like kind of overwhelming for me sometimes. It's just, it's exhausting. And right away there he came and he swept in, and you got to block him, get him out of here. I didn't have any intention of of doing anything other than maybe making a comment here or there.
After that, he made a community post and talked about that, and then he made a video. I gotta thank Kelly Ray for he did the same thing with the Manosphere guys. He was just like, you have to block them, and then he would bring up how they were blocked. It's like
I remember
whatever,
he
man.
did that. He was doing like some kind of one-on-one live stream with Dozangs. So on some subject, I guess it was a UN Agenda 21.
I remember that.
And I think that got Duzangs a strike. That was like the first time he talked to Maga Man, got a strike.
And I went in the chat and I said something, and as soon as I was in there, he's like, "Oh, block this guy and delete his comment." Block. Not even like an explanation. Like I didn't say anything offensive. I didn't say anything. Yeah, right away. Don't let him talk. I mean, Mr. Wrap himself for the American flag, First Amendment.
Cancel culture is bad.
Oh,
yeah. Gina Carano.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Block him.
Block him. Delete his comments, but take a screenshot first for my lawyer.
for the lawyer, yeah.
I'm gonna head out, but I'm just too tired. I'm gonna try to get some sleep, but I'll be watching. All right. Good night, guys.
Okay, see you later, Jump Fluff.
Bye, Jump.
Traitor. Jump Fluff, we love you. Whatever you're doing, I love your work.
Jump Fluff is like added a whole it's like watching one of the episodes of MASH where there's like 7 subplots going on during the episode. Jump Fluff is like a whole side plot on his own.
Slippery's showing his age right now, everybody.
Which one of us?
For all you millennials out there, MASH was a show in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, but Wally would make
about the Korean War.
Nowadays, as being like a pronoun woman, whatever, dress wearing. Wasn't Klinger the one who tried to get a Section 8?
Yes.
So Klinger was really like the Wally of MASH, right? Using any excuse, legitimate or otherwise, to just
try to get out. Yeah, and this is Wally. He'll use any excuse, legitimate or not, to try to get another government. That was the best thing. Like he's saying, he rails against the system, against the government, but then he says he's held hostage by the government. No, he's not, because you don't have to get your check every day. If you went out and earned your own living, you could say, fuck this, I'm going to go out, I'm going to make it on my own, and I'm going to live, sink or swim on my own, and not depend on the mailman or on the direct deposit to give me my, $1,200, $1,500 to $2,000 every month to survive. He's not being held hostage by anyone except himself.
Wally, we've heard it all. Like you're done, kid. The doctor said you're done, kid. Go home.
Yeah. They pat him on the back. Gave him a hug.
Anybody said it's true. Okay, so Wally, maybe you can't lay pipe as a journeyman plumber anymore, right? But you can work in the fucking dispatch office. You can be a greeter at Walmart. Yeah. You can fucking answer phones.
I can't
you
work
can do a million other things.
Office. That's where the guy with the wheel.
I remember Red Pill in the Wind was like was like teach people your plumbing knowledge, like do a class and pass on your expertise to like the next generation.
How do you know he couldn't do it? Because it's bullshit. My father-in-law was a fucking physician for 50 years. He had sarcoid for the last 25. Like, seriously.
And he was
but did he get a biopsy? It's so hard when you get a biopsy, guys.
Sarcoid. You're a few years older than me, but at this point, like I've had fucking electrodes shoved in my back. I've had shit shoved in every hole, professionally or otherwise. That's what happens when you have to go get a physical or a colonoscopy or you get sinus surgery or any of the million things that normal everyday people do.
Nobody bitches about it.
His whole drama thing. Oh, they stuck something down my throat. Maybe
I do that to 20 people a day.
And that's not even at his practice.
That's right.
It's just a hobby.
Just a dick tip. Just a dick tip.
just a tip.
A circumcised dick. Get it? Because he's a Jewish guy. Get it? Wait, you didn't get it? Let me tell it again, guys. Ready?
You remember the one
3 times on one live stream he said that.
Remember the one video where he said, and this guy, and he's a Jew.
Yeah, he does it all the time.
He's a Jew.
Or son. Like, he knows what he's doing. Come on, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But then when they start with hate, he's like, oh, can you believe the hatred towards people? And the whole time he's telling a story, I'm thinking about the time...
Can you believe the hatred towards me? That's what
I was thinking while he tells the story, it's like, black people aren't oppressed. There's no collar around your neck. Well, what do you do? You're not oppressed. And then Wally goes out and gets shit from black people, and he's like, oh, I was this guy. I was oppressed by a fucking guy, man. Everywhere he goes.
He's our hero. I mean,
I love it. Wally, never stop.
I mean...
You'd have to put a bullet between his head.
Let me go to the blood bank wearing a MAGA hat and a weapon
the guy,
in the shitty part of town.
So if he went to the shitty part of town, why didn't he wear his weapon, Mr. Open Carry Tough Guy?
Yeah, right. He says he never leaves the house without 16 guns and 2 pepper sprays and a monkey fist. What happened today?
Yeah, the monkey fist always.
He said when the security guard went back to the car with him. And Wally said, "Oh, I see you have a gun on your hip. Did you just want to see what I have?" And Wally was showing him his whatever in the car. Yeah. And according to Wally, the security guy said, "Oh yeah, I remember you came here once before and you were wearing that weapon." So even the security guys are like, "Oh, it's this guy again," Yeah. But Wally misses that. He's like, "This guy's my friend. He remembers me." It's like, no, Wally, you're making everybody nervous, Wally, when you walk around with your fucking weapons.
Take your weapon and your pepper ball launcher and your $50 and go buy your bottle of Ripple or whatever it is that you need to get you through the weekend.
It's down. This plasma thing. Now that this is a new storyline, a sub-story plot, how pathetic that Wally has to sell his body fluids.
He's got to sell his body fluids.
When you put it like that,
that's what he's doing.
Hey man, you're making me feel worthless, dude.
Shock Jock is like, I do this every week. Shock Jock's like, Monday it's plasma, Tuesday it's sperm, Wednesday it's...
but Savage isn't getting $50. Well, Savage isn't saying he's donating it because he has such a big heart. Remember Wally told the story about the homeless kid that he what did he say? He took off his sneakers and gave them to the kid.
Yeah.
Get out of here with that bullshit.
Billy the Goat chiming in.
Billy the Goat.
Right now, Wally's going, oh, Billy the Goat's a traitor, too. While he's putting him on the list.
Kantaka, traitor, put him on the list. Billy
the Goat, the NSA is gonna give your top secret information to Wally now. Because Wally said so.
I can't wait for Wally to get his what do you call him, the super sleuth together, and then they can get that face imaging, and they'll put it over Hidden's little icon, real face like he did with me. It's like, now we know
whose profile is that.
Whose hat is that? That's got to be Hidden.
Yes, I know it's him. Oldie Kevin would wear a hat like that. It's Kevin. Everybody, go after Kevin this week.
Every week. When I'm thinking about it, all right, when's Dogpile going to happen again? I think, are we going to have much to talk about? Like, Wally, I would think he would go dark for a few days. He went dark for 2 days after he cried.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off because he does this all last minute. I don't have time to, go through it all. I didn't even watch his live stream in the completion. It's, Wally, you got to do this shit on the weekend. You got to give me some time
But he comes back with, one storyline about the doctor screwing up his paperwork and him not getting a settlement would have been enough to talk about for an hour or two. But then he live streams again today, and the whole thing with me and the plasma. And how many times has this guy been attacked? How many fucking times?
I was saying he never learned. Like stop wearing the politics when you go out and about. And like 90% of these but I think part of it, Wally wants the story when he remember when he talked about he got an offender bender.
Yeah, in a parking lot.
He never talked. He never like brought that up again. It's like that just went away.
You guys, man of a million loose ends.
You guys should see the shirts that I wear out in public. I get looked at like a piece of shit, but I still fucking wear them. Nobody.
Are you wearing like a mesh Right Said Fred shirt, or what kind of shirt are you wearing?
Dude,
don't encourage him.
I wear the most racist shit you can think of out in public. Yes, I do. But again, that's something I have apart from like the YouTube thing. You know what I do here with you guys or whatever.
It's just a bit. Savage is another guy. I'm just doing a bit.
I'm just doing a bit, dude.
As the guy's like straddling him, punching him in the face, he's just like, it's a bit, pow, pow.
I do it. I literally do it to upset people. If somebody were to like just sucker punch me, dude, I would kind of sort of understand why they did it. But
like at least like that's what I was saying before. I'm like some people do that, and like they almost like welcome the interaction. But Wally dresses like a political peacock, and then when someone says boo to him, he's like, "Oh, can you believe what happened to me, guys?" It's like, stop. If you can't take it, like don't fucking like advertise it on your fucking like God.
Wally would have nothing to talk about. He's a professional victim. It's the same when like people we attack him and my PTSD. Oh my God, no. And then 2 seconds later, he's fucking calling somebody a bull dyke and going blah 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 blah.
Like when I talked to the CMPD guy, he was like well aware. Like while he does, he's like we know that he like starts things on the YouTube and like like they're not. While he's thinking like they're investigating all his cases, they're like, no, this is the guy that like starts shit. Like, because normal people don't have a list of 28 death threats and the screenshots of people hating him. Like, the cops aren't dumb. They're like, he's doing something. We're not sure, right. but like, it's not, But while he's like, they're going to investigate all 38 people. Like, no, no.
Are they going to investigate Mr. Garage, Mr. Garage Autonomist? Yeah, he had him as one of his. Just
like the rocks, like that hit his car. It's like they're not gonna, they're not going to be sent to a geologist. To like it's not worth their time is what I'm getting at, Wally.
You think Wally, and this is sort of a rhetorical question, it's hard to know, but we can all speculate. You think he'll ever have an epiphany where he'll wake up one day and realize, wow,
he's gay? Yeah.
Gay. Okay. Yeah, dude. Well, we all did that a while ago, but I just mean like he's gonna
like,
go
I just want a big cock in my mouth. That's what I keep thinking about, like that. One morning, he'll just.
How like, all right, I've run into the police 785 times. Like, it's just keep going on for years. Where like he has to like.
I'm doing something wrong in life. I don't think that'll ever happen. Like, he's always a victim. He's always.
Will this go on forever? I mean, will he just keep running into the police? And
I think we all.
Yeah, because people. I remember True Sherm trying to straighten this guy out. I remember Hidden trying to I tried to straighten him out. Everybody in his life is just like, dude, it's you, and like he just spins it. You can even in his videos, he's like, I've been advised to do X, Y, and Z. Those are his friends saying, dude, stop it on the YouTube because you lose your mind, and then I got to come over here to like console you. I've been advised
from whatever he might have told them, right? He might have just told Shitty and the fat and fuck up Obamans, they've been picking on me. And,
but they're not stupid. They're like, this keeps happening. Like the cops are like, what is he doing? Like, what do you think? What do you think Shitty and his girl talked about on the drive home? They're like what does this keep happening? Like,
Didn't you hear him talking about like if he gets his big large cash award that like, oh, I got to pay these guys back and I got to pay somebody back.
Yeah.
And he says, and I'm going to give money to charity, and I'm going to do.
He's going to whip out the pay it forward jar. He's going to scrape off the dust and like fill that up.
The pay it forward jar is going to start to fill up again. But and then he said maybe I'll even get off YouTube. Like, okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he will when there's another platform. I mean, truthfully, he wasn't on YouTube. 5 years before it was Facebook.
No, he's gonna rebrand. He's gonna get like 30 grand, his big lump sum, and he's gonna get a top hat and a monocle and a walking stick and a tuxedo, and he's gonna be like, hello, Little people,
He'll get a tuxedo shirt. That's the kind of guy he is. He won't get a tuxedo.
He's gonna dress like Mr. He's gonna dress like the Monopoly guy. Oh, I'm just loaded, everybody. Oh.
Remember that guy? What was that guy's name that won the lottery? Like one of the first million.
Yeah, I know.
They followed him around and he just blew his money.
He blew his money. Like, we know that. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy with Wally. It doesn't matter what he gets. It's all going to be gone. And he'll go into debt because, like, even if he got enough money to buy a house, like, he would buy a bunch of stuff and then charge up credit cards and then.
How would he ever have enough money to buy a house? How would he ever have enough money to buy a house?
He will own nothing.
Plasma.
He will like it.
Plasma.
Plasma. Yeah, I don't know how much money you can. Yeah.
He's all pale and just tired.
Well, maybe
I got my house.
Why do he's so pale all the time?
Plasma, something like that. His next fake account.
He's in all the experimental.
I got to make my kid ice cream. I'll be right back. Well, I'm not making the ice cream. I'm just scooping. Anyway, I'll be right back.
You're gonna turn him into ice cream? Your ice cream? No. Okay. All right, the inmates run the asylum.
I saw you guys. You guys did a troop at for the Cyclones, and I saw you posted a picture.
Yeah,
and,
I didn't do the event. I mean, I happened to go to the game, but yeah, it was the Star Wars people that were there. And it's funny. So I was running into some of the people who were texting me during the Epic live stream.
Yeah.
And they were like, one of them came up and like practically hugged me. She's like, that was the most amazing thing. Thank you so much. Well, because he was the group that did the bulk of that Star Wars night at the Cyclones.
Yeah.
Was this group Saber Guild that, according to Wally, wouldn't exist without him.
Yeah, right. He
which
saved
is bullshit.
Him, yeah.
They were back in the day more supporters of him than any of the people in my group were.
Yeah.
But I think even now though, most of them at best, we were talking about this last week, they don't if his name comes up, they're like, oh, that guy, right? But they don't dive as deep as we do.
Right.
And then there are 2 or 3 people that are as into it, but a little bit more behind the scenes than we are. And I brought Maga Buddy with me. I didn't take any pictures of Maga Buddy, but yeah.
But I saw like you posted a nice family picture and stuff, and I made a comment. I don't know if you posted it or one of the other Star Wars guys posted it. Like took the picture, a selfie, right?
Yeah. It was one of the other guys who was trooping, who was doing the event. And he came.
And I made a comment under there, and I said,
he had no idea what you were talking about.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I think I hear what is it?
Ride of the Valkyries.
Ride of the Valkyries in the background, and he's like puts a question mark, and I said, just ask Shane.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah, it looked like it was.
Any word on baby mama and her new guy?
No, but thanks to Wally, I now know his son's age and birth date. Wally doxed that. What was it? One of his live streams not that long ago, he was saying that it was his son's birthday recently, and that's partly why he was depressed. Yes. And he goes on to give the date of his son's birthday and his exact age.
Yeah, classic MAGA.
So now we know baby mama's name, thanks to Wally. We know the town they live in, thanks to Wally. We know his daughter's birthday, thanks to Wally. We know his son's birthday, thanks to Wally.
But do you know how she likes her chimichangas?
Yeah, no, I don't know what
flavor. My God, I thought about that today too. It's like, I remember that. Like, he's like, well, you don't know anything about me. You never had dinner without me.
I haven't watched it again, but at one point I did like this. I was like, I don't know. Maybe it was the address. He's like, I've never given out my whole address with the zip code, and I played the video where he gives out his zip code.
And he said something
he's like
you don't know. He's such an insipid moron. Because it's one thing if he wants to put himself and his credit history, whatever that may be, in jeopardy and shit. But like, it wouldn't be that hard for somebody who watches this shit to piece this stuff together, right? And fucking steal her identity.
And he'll blame it on one of us when he puts the information out there.
He held up his social security number years ago. Do you remember that?
Yeah, we have it. I have it. I have it saved in one of my documents.
He held up medical paperwork and his social security was on it. And I remember it was Facebook. Someone was like, dude, you should not show this video. But they didn't want to tell him why, and then somebody else was like, dude, your social security number's on it. Oh.
Like, sometimes you see it on Facebook where, like, if you're in, like, a neighborhood group or whatever, and somebody finds a wallet, and they'll, like, put a picture of the person's license on Facebook, and people say, no, don't do that. Just, put the name or whatever. I mean, it's just common sense. But he has no common sense, Wally.
Hey, Slippery.
Yeah.
Back when you used to make the chicken nugget toe videos, who was your friend that would play like the Esteban?
Oh yeah, yeah. We're gonna do a remake. We're gonna do a remake of that. Yeah, I just talked. Yeah, he's ready to go. He had he had some back surgery, but he's recovering nicely. He's probably even listening tonight. He doesn't want to reveal himself right now, but he's gonna. We're gonna make another one. Actually, he told me. So people don't forget about him, because he kind of liked the fame a little bit. He said that I should show the clip where he holds up the Dan King voodoo head doll and cuts the hair. He thought that was like one of the highlights of the whole channel.
Well, if he doesn't want to expose himself,
listen, it was COVID. My wife said, "Don't cut your hair." I just let it go. Okay, it was a weird time.
No. Yeah, remember you said I brought you a present, and it was like from my country, and I had that like little voodoo head, shrunken head doll, and he said that's how we can get Dan King. We can cut the hair. I got to get the clip. I don't know where it is. It's somewhere.
If that was now, I probably would have shown up. I probably would have shown up with a big piece of my hair missing. Like if you cut the hair, I'd be like, what?
What happened? Yeah.
Like I might have just commit myself that much to the character if we were doing it now.
No. I actually spoke to him last week. We're gonna do a remake of those of the MAGA Esteban car ones. We just got to come up with a script that's original. Something that's apropos to today.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do something good. Maybe the Esteban suicide remake. We'll maybe get some fake vampire blood and a paperclip, or something. But it will. I hope you guys like it.
Make him the paramedic and make him talk like Esteban. Señor, are you okay?
Or maybe I'll be sick and I'll say, "Does it hurt when you?"
You just spread eagle on your living room floor. When your belly extended. Oh.
What do we want? Meat. What do we eat? Steak.
Remember that one?
Sure, yeah, like it was like we're men and we're cooking. What do we want? Steak.
But you know what? It's definitely
poor Esteban. He had no idea.
In one of
Slippery, call him up. Say hi. See how he's doing.
I haven't talked to him in a while. Yeah, I got to touch base with Esteban. Remember recently?
Just call him up like you're a good friend. Like, hey, how's it going, man? What's up? What? Oh yeah, how's the kids?
Yeah. Did you hear while he was talking about the one where he says, "I'm revealing this for the public record, for my public." What does that mean?
He loves the public record.
Yeah, he loves to reveal stuff for the public record. I don't know what. That
there's somebody with a big scroll that goes to the floor, and he's like, "Oh, the public record, that's me." And he writes
that was like
with a pen with a feather. It's a feather, Like the public record guy.
The nun in grade school. That's going to go on your permanent record.
I am fascinated with his need to document and legitimize stuff, right?
Because there's always a court battle coming in the future, so he's got to keep track.
Today he showed his official ID from when he worked at Yankee Stadium. This guy.
He did it again. He showed that a couple of times. Yeah.
But I'm saying he keeps every piece of ID he has, every identifying thing, paperwork from every place he goes.
He was talking about showing the cops he was showing the feds his expired New York City PBA cards.
Yeah.
Like they have any Okay.
I could show my state surgeon's badge. I mean, it's nonsensical. But I don't have it within reach.
Ready for show and tell.
It's crazy. This guy. So he's had this need, at least for as long as we've known him, to somehow It's almost as if nobody ever believes the shit that comes out of his mouth, right? So he's he goes out of his way to be like, paperwork, here it is.
But the thing is, he doesn't understand what the paperwork says. He'll be like, this says I'm a first responder. It's like, no, it doesn't say that at all.
Well, it's the same thing. If it's notarized and it's some official decree from the Vatican, right?
Whatever Slippery and I got.
yeah, written in crayon. But he's has this. I mean, I don't even know what you would call it. Desire isn't even the word. This compulsive need to have to justify
paperwork,
what
evidence,
he says, right?
proof.
He has to document. Here's my ID from every. I don't fucking.
But when you throw it in his face, it's a bit. Because I did that. I'm like, well, you said it. No, I did. Here it is.
You ever hear him talk about socialism? Like he understands what it even is.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
He has no idea what socialism really is.
Brandon,
benefits from fucking socialism.
Brandon.
He says
Brandon.
that he worked 10 years, right, or
13,
whatever it is.
no,
13.
13.
Yeah, whatever it is, 13 years, right? And now that whatever he gets now that he's been getting now for probably longer than the time that he's worked was because, well, he worked and he paid into the system. What he gets out of the system will so far exceed by the time that freaking guy draws his last breath, he'll have drawn out of the system many, many times more than what he had ever put into it. That's called, Wally.
Yeah, no, but I disagree with that because he's put in a swimming pool amount of plasma, so that's got to count for something.
But he's getting $50 a shot for it or something. I think
that's just beer money, guy. No, he's in it for the he's in it to help the sick people. Of course, when he gets a lot of money, he's not doing that shit anymore. But until then, he's a great guy.
Wally, socialism is when the means of production are owned by the state. We don't have that type of socialism here. He doesn't understand that. The means of production are owned by private individuals. He doesn't understand that, and corporations.
Well, how many times he talks about the people want their free shit? Wally, you worked for 13 years as a mid-level plumber.
Right.
You get more shit than anyone else.
He's currently he's on the phone with like 15 people, doctors and lawyers, being like, "You fill out that paperwork so I can get my free shit. What the fuck is wrong? I'm going to sue you, Doctor So and So." I love that was his latest. He's suing the doctor that forgot to fill out paperwork. Yeah, he said. Well, he alluded to. Wally, I'm not. Don't come at me because I'm speculating. But Wally said that the doctor didn't do it for a year, and he goes, I don't want to say anything because it's a legal matter, guys, but that may lead into something else. So he's planning on suing the doctor.
Well, maybe the doctor examined him and says, I have no fucking idea why this guy should get anything.
Well, Wally said earlier, he's like, oh yeah, I had to browbeat this doctor. So I'm like, doctors really appreciate that when you say, fuck you fucking guy, you better do it. Like, yeah, the guy probably conveniently forgot about you because you're an asshole.
I wish I could share this screen, Dan. I'm looking at like the final report from one of his ER visits.
You sign that fucking note now, doctor.
I got this 1 minute. I forget what it is, but it will play it anyway.
I want to say thank you to all of you that have been patient with me. I am trying to push myself to make content for all of you. But again, another issue has come across my path that is important to me directly because of the nature of why I started here on YouTube in the first place. As you know, I was at the World Trade Center as a first responder, volunteer, recovery worker.
Here we go.
Who gives a fuck what the public calls us? But
who gives a fuck, buddy?
5 days after.
That's why I got it.
Probably the first responders who.
It's not about the public, though.
You know who gives a fuck?
Who cares what they call us? Come on.
Yeah. I'll tell you who gives a fuck. The families of the actual firemen who were first responders that fucking died. Their families give a fuck who's the first responder.
So when I heard that, I'm like, you fucking guy. He still can't
He can't just wrap his head around it that he's not a first responder.
Oh, we lost somebody.
One of the reasons.
Oh, Hebrew.
He says he gets money. It's because of the things he saw down at 912. So to him, that's why he should be getting this money that he's getting. So my question is, that's how he thinks. I think paramedics and fire department people see all types of worse shit. They should be retired according to the way he thinks.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm sure they are taken care of. But again, I don't know, but when he was at Zuccotti Park, he had a sign up that he was a first responder, and he says he was denied workers' compensation twice. Workers' compensation has nothing to do with 9/11 stuff because he wasn't down there as a paid employee of anybody. He went down there as a volunteer. So workers' compensation doesn't come into it. So he was already suing or trying to get disability for other shit before this came along. The best thing that ever happened to him was that if he indeed went down there for a couple of days, that he was able to parlay that into a lifetime of being paid. So, I mean...
Well, also the whole point of Zuccotti Park was like the Occupy Wall Street. It really wasn't about 9/11 or or workers' comp. He was just taking it. He's like, there's a lot of people down there. Maybe I'll pretend to be a first responder and make money. Like,
yeah, exactly. He can't own up to that. I mean, he tried to a little bit with you. He said he was desperate and he was young, but he never got to the final place where he said, like, yeah, I did. I put first responder, and I knew I wasn't.
Play the video of him if you could find. I mean, you go online. Wally's amazing. Look, I don't know if you Googled any of us, you'd find. Like,
he used to play that video on his channel. He was like, "Hey everyone, I'm a 9/11 guy. Check it out." And he played I think the clip that I have is from his video.
Like for the public record, if you Google Wally, it's there.
It's not like it's floating around and he doesn't want you to see it. He's like, "Yeah, here it is, where I say I'm a first responder." Everybody.
When you used to Google my name, you wouldn't really find too much. Now, if you Google it, it's mostly Wally's videos railing about me.
Really? You're internet famous? That's why your channel's going up. I know, Slippery's been getting a spike too.
I'm starting to get a little activity. Yeah, I'm getting.
It's the feds. The feds are watching you because Wally told the feds to keep an eye on you. So that's probably a whole team.
I made a couple GoPro motorcycle videos, and one of the ones I made a really little short one, and I got 3 comments on it from these 3 different guys, these Spanish-sounding guys.
I saw that, but they were all new channels. I feel like.
Yeah. I didn't vet them, but those actually
block them.
The comments were blocked, and I went in to look at what comments were being showed, and then I allowed them to let them there. So because if I'm getting death threats, I don't want to, I'm feeling a little sad, so I might make a little video that just shows that little eyeball peeking out from behind the door.
Yeah, because you researched that cyberbullying. You have to say like you're scared, so then you make a video and you go, "I'm a scared man, everybody. I'm being cyberbullied, don't you know?" From the people that I made 15 videos of, making fun of their family members. And they told me to go fuck myself, and it was very sad, guys. It's like when I went to the Plaza Bank and the black people came after me. I don't know what's going on.
But I mean, maybe in an ideal world, maybe somebody made a comment about his hat, but Wally could never let it go and just say, you know what, it's all good, whatever, everybody's got their own point of view, it's all good, and put a smile on and walk away. He had to confront.
According to him, a woman said something to him like, "Don't you look at me," and he said, "I'll look at anybody I want. I'll look at you. Course. I'll look at them. I'll look at the ceiling. I'll look at my toothbrush, my rubber pussy, my Starscream. I'll look at anyone I want."
He just can't get away without, but he invites that, he wants that. If he didn't want that, he wouldn't dress up the way he does in a costume all the time.
That's the whole point of it.
Yeah, right.
To get whatever reaction he's gonna get, and then
my father would say cruising for a bruising. He's cruising for a bruising.
Mommy and daddy, they showed him no attention. His own parents thought he was an asshole, and they discounted him. And Wally's been starved for attention since
Wally would have to take a hammer and put a hole in the wall, and then Daddy would yell at him, and he's like, "I'm getting attention." Like that.
Exactly.
Well, look, he actually, in one of his live streams where he banned, who's the real fraud, Gildardo, and Gildardo did this, and Gildardo did that, and he was collecting rent, and he drags the guy through the mud, and then towards the end of that rant, he's like, "I really loved that guy. I loved him more than my own father." I mean, what does that say about it? What kind of cells are misfiring inside that cranium?
Well, because Wally's right, he's black and white. You're either on his side,
my side,
or you're not on his side, right?
Right.
So it's like one of the he loved the guy when the guy was giving him free rent and letting him fuck his daughter under his roof.
Yeah,
He doesn't love the guy when the guy's like, "You gotta either pay rent or stop choking my daughter and get out." Stop
like it was if he was shipping in $500 a month, it'd be okay if you choke her just a little bit every now and again.
It's like, the mother of my children is the only woman I will ever love. That selfish fucking bitch. Right out.
Wait until Jesus comes and straightens you right the fuck out, bitch.
I mean, does he not think? I mean, like he lives.
Stop right there. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that's kind of a but like. It's like 7 years down the road that, like 6 or 7 years down the road, that either of his children have even seen him. So like his daughter, he's kind of just she's on with her life. She's playing with her kids, her friends. She has a support system. Baby mama has a new guy. She's got a support system with her family. The little guy's doesn't even know who he was.
Yeah, he doesn't remember.
He's in there. he's in the rearview mirror as far as they're concerned. And like, it's time for him to either put up or shut up. Either, you know, like, do what you have to do. Like HS, I think behind the scenes, once we spoke about it, like, if you really want to be involved with your kids, there's certain sacrifices that you have to make. Instead
1,000%. Oh, sorry, it's so pixelated.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
Like, instead of, you know,
it's your fault. I blame you for shaming you.
1,001 videos barking at the moon and going and getting $50 plasma shots so you can buy beers for a shitty on the weekend. Like, put your money together.
How much is it? Do we know? Maybe I'll give some plasma.
Yeah, well, you know, get your act together. Get your act together. Get in your car. Come up to New York. Make arrangements, or get on your computer, find a small apartment, make arrangements to live somewhere close to your kids, and work your way back into their lives. But obviously, if he really wanted to do that, he would have done it already, and not just talk about.
What we talked about before, I think one of the reasons he makes a million videos on why New York sucks is because it helps him rationalize why he can't live in New York, because it's so bad, guys. Haven't you seen the videos I made saying how bad it's I can't go there.
Not his, because he knows he's
such a wackadoodle when it comes to that. I mean, it was just you know, he cherry picks a couple of these incidents that happen in every big city across the country. There were just 50,000 people at Yankee Stadium for a Mets-Yankees game. Like, it wasn't you know, like the barbarians in what was it, in Gladiator, running across the field with torches and axes killing each other. It was, you know, it's New York. New York is great. It's a great place. I mean, there is crime, and there's more crime than there traditionally has been for the, you know, in earlier, you know, at earlier times. But, you know, it's going to come around again.
I saw gangs in New York.
Huh?
I saw gangs in New York. Don't give me that.
Oh, yeah,
1852 or whatever.
Did you see the Warriors?
Warriors is great.
Of course, I've seen the Warriors.
Of course.
I was just in Coney Island.
I was just in their territory.
Can you?
It was the Warriors that done it.
Oh, I still have a card for the rides at Coney. I bought all that money and then it rained and I just left. So I think I have a card with $30 on it. So if anyone's around the Coney Island area and they want this card, I'll mail it to them. Just let me know. I think I asked Shane, but Shane's like his kids are too cool to go on the rides.
No, they're doing other shit.
The subways back in the mid to late 70s were really like that.
They're
not like that anymore.
I remember as a kid going. We used to go into the city to do the Christmas tree thing once, but going in like the early '80s, that was when you went down the rogue block. It was like
yeah, it was
like when Batman's parents got killed. Like we
were cutting across to go to. I think the tree is on Fifth Avenue. We were cutting across, and we went down the wrong alleyway. It was like pitch black. And there was an old woman in a skirt in front of us. I remember I'm a little kid. I'm like 9 years old. I'm holding Mom's hand. And the woman was like 30 feet in front of us. And she's like wobbling awkwardly. And she stops. And then just urine just pours out from under her skirt. And I'm like, and my mom, like we had to like walk by her quick. It was like, that was Manhattan in 1980.
Look, in the meantime, for all of Wally's bullshit, I've lived here all my life. I've never been mugged. I've never been shot at. I've never been...
That's because you hide behind your religion. We know. That's like you do the secret Jewish...
No, I hide behind not being an asshole. I mean...
He's one of the rich guys.
We know your people walk across the Brooklyn Bridge.
He's a Jew, everybody. Jew.
He's got a chauffeur. Bulletproof glass.
It's so ridiculous. I actually... Of all the things we talk about, like Wally and the kids thing. By the way, happy belated birthday, AJ. Sorry.
AJ, yeah. Aaron, what is it? Aaron something or other, right? Like, why should we know that?
Exactly.
Do you know if you said,
you're almost
if you met Aaron and said, I'm your father, it would be the same as if Wally did it, because the kid doesn't remember Wally at all.
It really burns me of all the bullshit that we all see through, right? The thing that hurts me the most as a father is this fake notion of like him pretending to care about kids or wanting to miss his kids. I mean, I imagine that he probably does miss his kids, but not enough to do anything about it. I mean,
no, he's willing to kick in the door of the elementary school to save him from the liberals that want his kid to become a sex toy or whatever.
He could be playing right now. I'm like, dude, you live in a fucking 2-bedroom apartment. I toured the damn place.
Play with that Mr. Potato Head now!
Yeah, so, like, you think your 7-year-old is going to want to be playing in North Carolina in a room, running around? my kids, they're out.
The kids are just like he's playing with Legos, like while weeping. He's like,
look, the kid obviously has friends in whatever school he's attending.
Legos.
Has friends. They have a stable home. They're not going to give that all up to live with this wackadoodle in some place that he can't even afford himself. He's got to go.
Wally told everyone where baby mama lives, and it's like a nice big house in Suffolk, and it's got a backyard. It's a little neighborhood. It's like,
how does he think he's gonna tell her exact street address? He just showed a picture of the house and the town she lived in.
And the name, I think the name of the street too.
Yeah, it was the street, the town, and a picture of her house. So you go to Google Maps and you drive down the street, and there's the house.
And her full name, So how could you ever figure out how that was?
I said that to him, and he's like, "I've never. How dare you?" He gets all indignant. Like, okay.
Age of the internet,
was it a bit?
You type in her name, or now her father's name. You'll know the brother's name, the sister's name. You'll get all the relatives. You'll get the address. Hell, do you want Wally? I know your voting record. I know your voting district. I know your. I mean, because you gave it out.
Public knowledge. I looked at baby mama's information, and it turns out she has 28 addresses that she must live in and own all at the same time. Yeah, imagine that. And you know why? She must be a drug addict and a prostitute. There's no other explanation for having multiple addresses in an internet database.
When he said in his one live stream, and I'm the only real father, or something about how
well, biologically speaking, it's true.
Oh, he said the one true father.
One true father.
Who says that?
Right, and like HS says, biologically speaking. But let's just assume for a minute that baby mama's guy, interacts with them and they're together as a family for the rest of these kids' formative years up until they're old enough. He'll have become the real father because he's the one that raised them. You know what I mean? And that's something that Wally can never replicate, and he can cry about it for all he wants, but he's actively done nothing to go out and do and go after and try to form a relationship with those kids. And he can't blame New York. He can't blame anybody else. And you know what?
He sent $400.
Oh, he sent 400. But the other thing about it too.
That's at least 8 trips to the plasma bank.
Plasma money, yo.
He kept he's always saying, "I'm the man." With his rhetoric, the man should take care of and support the family. If baby mama came down, if baby mama doesn't work, Wally can't take care of them because he doesn't have the money to do it. He has barely enough money for
one word, buddy, plasma.
Yeah, you got to sell your plasma for $50.
He's all pale again.
How's he going to support 2 kids?
He has no idea.
He's falling asleep.
None.
He opens his eyes and only one of them is there.
Dan put it in the description too. He referred to her as his wife. His wife.
Oh yeah, did I say that? I don't know if I say that.
He did give her that toilet paper wedding ring that time, right?
Toilet paper wedding ring.
It's a placeholder, guys. It was a bit.
He doesn't live in our reality. He doesn't live in it. He lives in his own reality.
He does. He does.
Imagine. I love playing out these scenarios. Baby mama goes, "Okay, Wally, you're right. I'm taking the 400 and I'm moving to North Carolina." Right? And we're moving into the. I'm going to give up everything I know, and the family that has this.
But only if you have Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head. Otherwise, it's a deal breaker. Oh, you do? Okay, good.
Please don't yell at me if I touch a Gina Carano doll. But they go down there.
It's
collectible. Live in the shitty bunk beds. Right? Assuming they don't collapse because it's the cheapest model IKEA makes.
and the kids are 16 now.
Yeah, exactly. And, they fight over the shower or whatever. Wally, you had to take out a grant to pay your rent money. And even if you get a windfall with, the victim's compensation fund, how long you think that lasts? I mean...
Especially when he's going to the lawyers.
How much is raising 2 children? Even in North Carolina, they need clothes. Those
costumes
food.
are expensive.
Yeah,
he did one of his live streams. I think I have a clip, but it's like 2 hours long. He did the classic. He's like, they had a bed, they had clothing. I fed them all the time. They had a roof over their head. It's like, yeah, bare minimum. Congratulations.
No, I used to love it. And his daughter would know that when his check came in the mail, it was time to go to McDonald's.
Happy Meal time when the check
buy her a
came.
$4 Happy Meal, and that's his definition of raising.
she was all pale, going, "Oh, good, no more plasma. Oh, good, daddy guy."
There was this one person like that I know that would follow him because she met him too at one time, and she would follow him on Facebook, and like he would like do this thing, and like they're both playing video games with his daughter, and afterwards he would be like, "Parenting done right."
Yeah, parenting done right. Yeah.
Parenting done right, and it's like she would then text me and say, or message me on Facebook and say, "What is this guy? What is he talking about? Take the kid out, go out, plant a garden, go outside, take a hike somewhere. Video games is not parenting done right." And I mean, she had a beat on him from the beginning before he even did any of the shit.
She must have been one of the 4,052 subscribers he had at the time.
Right. And she still follows along, I think, from time to time, and just it's like.
Don't Dr. Wally will add her to the list of the lawyer people have to go after.
Exactly. Yeah, baby.
That's what it's called. People I have to go after. He has a list on the wall. He keeps adding to it. He keeps taping another piece of paper underneath it because it goes down.
You're really good at like zooming in on the details and shit. Wally kept turning his camera towards his computer, and he's got like 1,000 post-its, all with very neat writing and charts.
Yeah,
things to do. I saw that too.
It's very OCD.
Couldn't see what they said. I mean, what could his list of things to do be?
Harass doctor, harass
mama.
Shane, harass. Yeah.
Call doctor, call lawyer, call baby mama, repeat.
And the thing he's talking about, it sounds like it sucks, but it sounds like people do shit like that. That's their job for like a day. They'll have 8 hours to like, you got to get 3 people on the phone and coordinate a thing. But he's making it like, the world is stopped because
it's my everyday. I go to work. I'm treating patients. I'm answering emails. The phone is ringing.
You have to get somebody to call somebody to talk to someone else, and like it's like not like a crisis.
If you can't tell, I've been at least on the phone for the last 40 minutes.
You have nothing else to do. Like there are people like that who have like 2 young kids and a job, and they have to fit that into their day.
Like time to go back.
Guys, if you can't tell by the bags under my eyes, I've been answering. I've been making phone calls for the last 40 minutes, guys.
I only got to have 3 naps.
Yeah. I was sitting in a chair, stationary, just on the phone. It was so hard, guys. Unlike a live stream where I sit in a chair and talk to people, it's just so hard.
You have no idea. I've been on the phone 40 minutes. And Shitty's coming over later, and my booby trap isn't set up completely yet.
Now listen to my 4-hour live stream where I repeat myself.
I'm trying to find where he pans to the side.
He does it a lot.
This is 2.5 hours. Let's just play it randomly and see what he's talking about because it was that good.
Looks like he's closing his porn windows first.
Adam for Adam. That's where he's at.
I love it when he does this too. He's on a live stream with like 15 people, and he's like, "Okay, everybody, watch me type shit on my computer for fucking 15 minutes." Like,
Wally's got a facial tick I picked up recently.
Come on, man, I do the same thing.
I don't know what that's about. I was always wondering if he has like a toothache.
I've lost faith, man. I'm losing faith in the system. If I haven't lost it, I've lost it already.
He wants a civil war, so to say he's losing faith in the system, it's a little bit of a foregone conclusion, right? If you want a civil war, right?
Well, yeah, I was talking about that earlier. Like he was talking about, the black people gave him a hard time because of his MAGA hat. It's like he's always talking about dividing people based on their, their political beliefs. Like it's all red and blue. And then he goes after, he's like, I got shit for my MAGA hat. What's going on? It's like, you're part of the problem. People like you who, like, kill your next door neighbor because he's BLM. Like, that's part of it.
Yeah, remember when he was like, the lady in the leasing office, and I assume she was a black woman, and there was something in there, and he's like, I love this Jeff Stanhope guy. I wish he would come in here once. He's like been on board in the Dan King army since the beginning. This guy.
What'd you call it? We're not the Dan King army. We're the.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't want to.
I said the Dan King Air Force. But you said the Royal Dan King Dragoons or something like that. Yeah.
Just Royal Dragoons. I think was like a real thing, but I just love the name. It just sounds like there's dragons involved for some reason. Dragoons.
Oh God.
Well, listen, we could talk about Freddy gloves. We could talk about a million things. This new one today. I mean, I wish I had more chance.
Definitely, I'm not worried about that, but it's just.
Nope.
Definitely have this. I see Freddy gloves. Don't let them use that against bitches. by the government.
Somewhere in this one is what he does. This is where he said.
11 benefits are managed by the government, and it fucking sucks.
Excuse me.
I'm essentially a slave to the system.
Oh,
what have I been saying since the beginning? He's like a hamster wheel on the hamster wheel of government cheese. Yeah, Wally.
Government.
Finally figured that out.
It's the worst thing you can ever have happen to you. You know, and I'm saying that openly.
Goddamn government.
That, you know, I earned what I have.
No.
Do you think he'll get a third necklace? If he gets a lot of money, he'll get 3 necklaces.
Detriment where, like,
does he know how ridiculous he looks with those necklaces? Is that the most? I mean, like when you were in high school, right? And like you would wear a shark tooth or something because you thought it looked cool. The guy's he's never gotten out of high school. This guy.
Every time he drinks a bottle of water, it fucking pisses me off. Like, get a glass and run the water out of the fucking tap. I think he must drink like a case. Just think of the plastic bottles that this guy goes through.
Okay, you liberal.
I mean, come on. I mean, I got one myself, good Gatorade, but it doesn't come out of the sink. But this guy likes to drink water, so fucking get a water bottle.
Maybe the water fucking sucks there.
Oh, right. That's the one thing he's got. You know, I've always heard. I don't know if it's still true, but New York City tap water is like Perrier quality. That was always been said because it comes from those upstate reservoirs. I don't know if it's still like that, but it was always.
That's because the liberals are running it. They don't fuck around.
I think the problem is actually the pipes that they're running through.
Yeah, that was a problem in Flint, right? With the lead pipes, you know. But
up here, it was the fucking 2 guys that were running it were drunks. And they weren't putting the shit in the water properly.
It was just 2 drunk guys fucked it up for everybody.
Yeah, man, they fucking poisoned the whole town.
You know, Dan, you could just play this thing in the background. We could just talk over it the whole time. Like, Wally's just going on and on.
He would still be saying the same shit that he was
saying
at the beginning.
Oh, I want to get one of them. Oh, a Valkanut.
That helped me when I was going
in case the viewers at home want to, you know, what is it like when you like? Oh, who are you wearing today? Oh, I lost it. What did I just do with it? Oh, here it is.
3 triangle things looks.
21 bucks. That's exactly the one that Wally had.
Is it exactly the same one?
That's it. Yeah. Then there's this one.
Oh, okay. So like one blood plasma donation could get you both.
Yes, where is it? Oh.
I never forget. You know, people that were by my side.
You know,
there you go.
If you're a new time donor,
Jesus.
And I don't have the ability to because of these constant setbacks. And it sucks.
It sucks, guys.
You know, for example, like I just listed a whole bunch more stuff on eBay recently.
Oh yeah, he had to sell off his collection.
Ooh, does anyone know his eBay thing?
Hasn't paid me though, unfortunately. I'm still waiting for them to pay me. I sold off all the Freddy.
You know what?
No,
I don't know what I'm doing, guys. Oh, here we go.
I'm going to eBay and I'm gonna look up Freddy sweaters.
Oh, good idea. Let's try to find.
Look, sold Freddy sweaters. Yeah.
I used to know his old eBay account, but he abandoned it for some reason. Which I don't know why, because it had a good like review. It was like, you know, he had 100% approval or whatever.
Look up triple XL sized Darth Vader underoos.
Sweater.
Completely 100% accurate.
This one says pre-owned.
Pre-owned underoos.
Oh, this person's in LaGrangeville, New York.
I remember one time he bought like a lightsaber, and he did like a review on it, and he's like, "Oh, pommel is really, it feels good in your hand," like he was gonna go fight with it or something. You know?
Yeah, well, he was the fighting Vader.
He was the fighting Vader, yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, there you go. Right.
Without him, the Saber Guild wouldn't be a thing. It was all him.
And I remember the one time when he was still on Facebook, he was doing, I think it was, no, it wasn't a Freddy glove, it was a Freddy mask. It was a Freddy silicone mask that was like, I looked it up, it was like $1,000, right? It was like $1,000 that he got from some like guy in some place made the thing, and then the eye holes were too small, right? You could see it looked weird. So then he cut them out with something, with an X-Acto knife or something, and then they were too big. And I'm like, I was talking to the guy who played Esteban, right, back at this time, and he's like, the fucking he fucked up the mask. He cut the $1,000 mask. But the best part about this whole video is there must have been like an older aunt or grandmother of baby mama who was like in the background with the lights on the thing. And she's like watching it. She's like sitting in a chair watching it, and like she's just just disgusted that her precious.
Well, that was probably like, hey, Wally, can you chip in this month for the mortgage? Yeah. And he's like, just bought $1,000 mask.
I don't want to overstate. I think it was like $800 or something, but by the time it got shipped or whatever, it was like $1,000. And this guy, and this was like a couple weeks before his car got repossessed. So it's like
right. That's why. Like in my first video, I'm like, Wally was like, hey everyone, I need money, and people were like, we've been watching this guy buy bullshit for fucking months, and now he's like, where'd my money go? I don't understand.
And then when he holds up the piece of paperwork from some psychiatrist or psychologist that he tried to explain away as like he needed that because he was in hock on his IRS tax payments, there was a line under it that he didn't think that anybody would read, but it said something like, yes, Mr. Maga Man is not mentally capable of handling his finances. We all knew that. We all knew that years ago.
Checks out. Confirmed.
I found a sweater in Clayton, North Carolina.
And I'm not willing to do that still, and I emailed my work, which means I needed to file.
Oh, I know what I could do. I can look at Wally's video. Oh, that's not going to work. Did I click on something?
I think he has a link on his videos.
I can look up his video, and then I could search for Dick when it appeared in the live stream. And then we can go to his dick jokes when he talks about Shane.
So, Savage, what's going on out in Texas?
Well, Mexico is at war. I bring up Mexico because I live right next to it. I used to go over there every weekend, to hang out and party, whatever. As far as here in El Paso, I started donating. That's kind of how I know about this donation stuff. Basically, if you donate, if you're a new donor, you can make like $1,000 a month. So
yeah, right. I saw that. Yeah.
So it kind of helps. I mean, I am broke. I'll admit it. I'm fucking broke. I do it for the money, but I mean, it's $1,000. It does help out. I don't buy.
Yeah, right. Everybody does what they got to do, But
I don't buy masks or like shit like that. Like I
you didn't get a new Freddy glove?
Right. No. I got my truck running. I got it insured. I got it registered. I paid up for the first next 2 months on insurance. I got the inspection, so I got wheels now. I'm not on a fucking bus. You know what I mean?
All right. Good for you. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yeah. My next thing is
Is it electric? If not, get the fuck out.
Well, he's in Texas, not California.
Doesn't matter. Biden's taking over the world.
Biden, Joe, Brandon. He's go to Walmart, Brandon.
I bought this stuff like the seal shower stuff or whatever it is, right? And I didn't buy it. I was looking for like something to seal like grout or whatever it was, and I'm looking through all the reviews and I'm looking, and one guy says this stuff is good, but it's really, really potent. And it's so potent that not only does it cause cancer in California, it causes cancer in Texas and Oklahoma too.
What is it?
No, it was just like Texas and Oklahoma are so like different in their political thinking than like California is, that it's like a totally different world there. In some parts, for sure.
Here. Well, I don't know. I only know El Paso. That's it. Far.
What do you mean Mexico's at war, though?
Yeah. Right.
The cartels.
Oh, is that true? You know something, though, Savage? I've been watching this channel, and it's this Dutch woman, and she's been riding a motorcycle. She started out in Quito, in Ecuador, and she's driven it all the way north. She drove through all of Mexico. A woman alone, she's like in her mid-30s alone, and she was videotaping it, and it was a beautiful. And she said she never had any issues. She just didn't ride at night, and like she would, I guess, be in some of these groups that would tell you where the places to stay away from, and she didn't feel, or at least she didn't say it in any of her videos. She didn't feel that she was at all in any kind of danger at any time, and actually. Some of the video that she took driving through, it was just beautiful country through Mexico, small town Mexico. So, I mean,
Mexico is actually very beautiful. I've been down to as far down as Santa Barbara, Chihuahua, places like that. the closest place would be Juarez, which is like from my apartment down to the bridge is like literally like 8 minutes away.
Right. Wow.
And then it takes about 10 minutes, depending on your health, to cross over the bridge. And then you're there, man. I mean, everything's cheap. Food's cheap. Women are cheap. Alcohol's cheap. It's awesome.
Right. You can buy prescription drugs right in the pharmacy, right?
Yeah. No pharmacy needed. I mean, no prescription. And
wow.
In case you do need a prescription, there's always a doctor there for like $10. They'll write you one out. Yeah.
You can have your appendix out on the corner, right?
Yeah.
So the doctor's pretty cheap too, then.
Sent it anyway via email, so that's in the hands of the VCF. It's uploaded to the website. So another setback has happened with this fucking case.
Oh no!
Another setback.
You know, like I said, this could have been the turning point for me to finally close the door on one of these huge legal battles I've been fighting.
Yeah,
but yet again, another fucking snag has come up and thrown a wrench in gears, and you can imagine like how frustrating it was. You know, there are a lot of things that I want to do. There are a lot of debts I want to pay off. You know, there's a lot of people I owe money to, not in a bad way or anything like that. When I say owe money, I mean I want to make sure that those people that stood by my side, I take care of.
A lot of money.
You know,
the pay it forward jar. Maybe the pay it forward jar that he promised. Yeah.
But yet again, this has happened. And not only that, I found out that with my secondary case, my doctor has not.
Oh, this isn't where I wanted to go. Where did I want to go?
As he was
I listened
supposed
to
to.
this
This
at
has been going on now. I
speed.
found out today.
Oh, 40 minutes. Here we go. Where is it?
You know, this idiot has no idea how long.
You know, we all played together as kids.
It could take years.
You're gonna have jealous people who are out there who didn't have those things. You know, the only thing that was really truly rough about my childhood is there were 5 of us. There were 5 of us that grew up in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Where's Babu? This always triggers rap Babu.
That was difficult because when my father lost his job, and I'm being very honest here, things got
heroin.
I'll put it that way. He never beat us, but the atmosphere
except with the
was very violent.
Wiffle ball bat, yeah.
But you know, when times are good, times are good.
Punishment.
We had great Christmases and all that good stuff, and you're going to have people that are jealous of that. You know. So I always had friends.
A wiffle ball bat can really.
I always somehow had money in my pocket. I always had the means to come and go as I please, and people to this day are still jealous of that.
Who does he really think is jealous?
You know, when I heard one of these jackasses, you know, who drove in front of my home. He didn't come to my front door or my patio, which is a sign of a coward, by the way. It's easy to drive in front of my apartment, but walking up to my patio or coming to my front door. Cowards wouldn't do that. It's easy to drive in your car and have your children using your children as weapons.
Using your children.
Like a fucking coward. What does that say about him? You know, he says eat a bag of dicks. I say eat a bag of freshly circumcised penis tips. Because he likes to hide behind the fact that he's Jewish.
Penis tips.
Fuck him. And fuck his kids too. And his ex-wife.
No. What was my ex-wife have to do with it?
And his mom. And his dog. I want him dead.
Like
I want to burn to the ground.
For electric, eat a bag of dicks.
Don't ever say
well, I
things
still
like
pay $55 electric. Eat a bag of freshly circumcised penis tips. That's what your culture does, doesn't it?
Penis tips. It's penis tips.
Be like the rest of your people. Support Trump.
People.
Penis people.
The rest of your people.
Penis tip people.
Like every Jewish person in the world supports Trump.
Has he ever been to the Upper West Side of Manhattan? I mean,
come on,
car and my apartment, and it's going to be dealt with. It should have been dealt with already, but I can't deal with it.
Goddamn doctor, fucked up.
Oh, yeah, he's getting shaky.
It's so fucking pathetic, man. And there's no reasoning with these guys. I got to thank Kelly Ray also.
Oh, here we go.
Kelly Ray blocked them.
Because one of them tried to infiltrate her live
stream.
Booted him out as per my request. If any of you see these guys on your channels, do yourself a favor and
do yourself a favor, guys.
What's the chat saying?
Here we
one
go.
Thing
again.
I didn't read.
Here's another one.
Here we go. 56. Let's see.
You should be able to hit that
here in my home, so I'm not so worried about that. You know, if I go outside, I always carry something on me. You guys know that. But here again, I'm talking about this same fucking thing again.
Whoa.
When I'm trying to talk about something else that's more important to me than this.
It always happens.
These people are irrelevant to this. They are losers. They're irrelevant. They're spiteful bitches. They're part of this Antifa faggot-loving shit, and I'm not taking that word back. Fag. They don't like it.
Bigger logo on his hat.
With their fucking black jeans.
It's the
like I
whole
said,
tip.
if I ever see them out in the street with their precious little shields, I know how to take their shields out of there. I got plenty of fucking pepper balls. I got plenty of weapons to use.
Just in case he sees a shielded Antifa walking around.
It's ridiculous. Like that fucking piece of shit from New York, eat a bag of dicks. Why don't you go eat a bag of freshly circumcised penis tips? or penis tips, I should say, or dick tips.
You should say.
Dick tips.
There
I'm so tired of talking about the same fucking thing.
Oh.
Let me get back to what I was. Forgive me, guys, for the distraction. The topic of this live stream is having to be enslaved by the fucking system.
Slave
way I have. It sucks, man. So anyway, to go back to the original topic I was talking about.
It's so Darth Vader helmet.
You know what I like when he says? He talks about being engaged in this epic legal battle, but there's no legal battle here. He's applying to a fund. He's just got his lawyers are just filling out paperwork for him. There's no judge. There's no jury. There's no legal battle. There's no court. It's just filling out for bureaucracy paperwork.
Dick tips.
If you rotate that picture,
we're all 12 years old.
If you rotate that picture, you can put Darth Vader's face on it. Darth Vader costume. Oh my god!
I just keep cracking this one joke I came up with, guys. It's a real hoot.
It's not even funny. I mean, come on.
But it's also like, again, it's just like Shane, Jewish guy. Like talk about make fun of your mustache. Talk about you're this big dummy. You probably suck as a dentist. No, he's like Jewish guy.
Why has Pink Darth Vader not headed up the Pride Parade ever?
Hey, well, there is a Pride Trooper, which Wally would shit all over. As a matter of fact, Saber Guild, they have a huge contingent at the Pride.
Oh, Wally brought up that guy specifically. He's like, he's putting rainbows all over his costume. He's such a just powered by hatred. He is Darth Vader. He's just powered by hatred.
Well, you know what Wally's going to do.
Car.
If he got his $50 today, he's probably going to invest that in subscribers because he's got to be steaming that you surpassed him. So don't be surprised.
Oh yeah, we got to talk about that.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to pass me because we're doing this. Yeah,
but he's got a fresh $50 bill to invest in it from the plasma donation. So
No, but he went right to Walmart, so it's done.
Oh, did he go to Walmart? Oh,
he was live streaming from Walmart. Yeah. That's what he was pointing at all the empty shelves, going, Joe Brandon. No Parmesan cheese, Brandon.
He talked about Esteban a little bit. He didn't mention him by name, but when he mentions I think his friend in South Charlotte, we used to hang out all the time. We haven't hung out in a long time because of his work schedule. No, Wally, it's not because of his work schedule. It's because him and Mrs. Esteban know that you're fucking nuts.
I am busy tonight. I would love to, but the wife made us steak, and I can't go out late.
It's steak.
That's my Esteban. Making fun of poor
Esteban. No, I'm going to give
Esteban, I love you. Come on the panel. What would Wally do if Esteban joined my live stream?
There you go.
I miss Esteban a little bit. I had a really good conversation with him. I remember exactly where I was when I had the conversation, too. And I'm going to touch base with him again. I'm going to. I really am.
Go ahead, buddy. Go ahead. Hurry up. Close the door.
Savage says he'll be back. He's still listening.
There's a sliding glass door, and it was like I could see all the insects on it, and my kid just went outside, and this whole like a herd. What do you call a bunch of bugs?
A bunch of bugs.
A gaggle of bugs.
Swarm.
The MAGA army.
Fuck. Swarm. Yes, I got a swarm of bugs. Yes.
The MAGA army.
If you call that night tramping, would Wally call what he does night balling?
There you go.
Where, guys?
I miss Wally in the car videos.
What do you think his neighbors do? They probably hear him through the vents, because usually those complexes are kind of built shittily. They probably he's sobbing at 3 in the morning. They're like, what is he doing? What's going on? I think he live streams, honey. What is he doing?
What precipitated? What do you say precipitated that the one live stream where he was sobbing and blubbering and crying? What was that all about? What was that? Is that the one that he said ultimately that it was because he was thinking about his son's birthday or something like that?
Well, he blamed it on that like a week later. But he did a crying one after my.
It's Hebrews kids.
Oh, after right. After
Hebrews hiding behind his Jewish kids again, as well as his religion.
Oh, that was the one. That was the epic. Can we call that the epic Dogpile? We'll refer to that one as the epic Dogpile henceforward. I think that would be about right.
I don't like that because that implies that we'll never have a better episode than that.
I'm going to say it's the season 1 finale. I mean, we've moved on to a new season.
This is season 2.
That was
It's got something's got to be. Maybe it's a season. How many seasons
right.
I need to come up with a different logo now to like change it up.
Yeah, that was like the season 1 finale for sure. I mean. What is that? Is that like
every season Wally shows up after like a whole like build up of talking about Wally? He shows up and then
That would be great.
But before you came in, HS, I was telling Dan, I was like, he consoled me a little bit because I'm like, after that, nothing can happen. Where can we go from here? And
it's Wally. Give it time.
He assured me, yeah, right. And now we have plasma. We have
plasma.
With the plasma, a veritable re-injection of plasma into the whole thing.
It's wild. I mean, when this process started, it's over a year at this point, right? Like, when did I first learn about Negra Zukar and the whole Charlotte post? Has it been a year and change? Or?
Yeah, we're into it for more than a year. It's unbelievable.
He came at me December 8th, 2020. That was the date that'll live in infamy.
So much has happened, right? There's been hours of footage, the Rumble account, the YouTube account, the Secret Service, the million I said this last week. For show of hands, how many people has the Secret Service had to come to your house because you've been threatening government?
I remember Garage Autonomous was like, does anyone have a timeline? So maybe we should sit down and like figure out, like you said, it would be great.
Right.
It's like choking baby mama, the feds.
Like this is the dark period, right, where he went from the time he left to go to
going dark, a little bar, when he's dark.
So welfare checks, wellness checks.
He'll move, maybe not, or he'll get arrested again, or I mean.
And then he'll be like, they made a timeline, they won't let it go.
Places. They showed my garbage compactor,
Why?
Yeah.
So is the next chapter when
King
calls up the plasma center and says, "No, have you ever had someone go from plasma center to plasma center? What would someone do that for?"
Oh, I should call him and be like, is it okay if I come there with a MAGA hat? How about if I come with a weapon on my hip? And Wally be like, they called the plasma center.
They called the plasma center on.
What if I drank all day before I got there?
Yeah. What if I don't drink alcohol except for lots and lots of beer? Is that okay?
It's light beer.
Sir, beer is alcohol. No, I'm talking about alcohol. Yeah.
Like I have patio furniture at the plasma center. You fucking moron!
Like, do you think when he filled out the paperwork, he's like, have you drank in the last hour? He's like, nope, have not drinking alcohol, even though he just because alcohol is like whiskey, not, beer.
You gotta call. How many plasma centers can there be around them? All right, so now we gotta go.
I think he mentioned the name in his live stream. He's like, I'm never going back to the whatever plasma center. So he just named the plasma center.
I missed that. All right, so Dan, you gotta call the plasma center now. Or maybe I'll take a tour of the plasma. I'm looking to donate.
He called under false pretenses. That'll be his next thing.
Amazing. I there are certain
is he live? He might be live.
Moments in like human evolution and like technology, where like the car comes along. It's like a major shakeup in the human behavior, and the TV, and then like the iPhone. Right? There are these advances that sort of spur on popular culture and people's behavior. What's the next thing in Wally's life? Like we had the baby mama years, right? We had the choking. We had the Star Wars guys. And then it went dark, and then we got the North Carolina years. Now there's the Maga Man. What's the next leap?
I think it's going to be
an eviction coming.
Ooh,
that would be awesome.
That's a good one.
That would be devastating. Living in the car, Wally.
We had that kind of sort of.
Last? How much longer can this RAV4 last?
It's like van life with Maga Man. It's like touring.
Yeah, my RAV. I have my car is 1 year old, like newer than his. and I'm like, this thing's gonna explode like any minute now. Like it's like 170,000. I'm like, I gotta think about this thing blowing up.
So, any fan theories about where we go in season 3? This is like Avengers 4, 5.
I think. Well, I'm thinking long term. Long term is gonna be he's gonna get money. There's going to be he's in the money. There's going to be that saga. Like, what is crazy? That's going to be a new season. Like, it's going to end with Wally getting money, and then it's going to be season 4 is going to be just him going through it.
Well, I just
that's what I
got a hat with a fur trim lining.
Yeah, like I said, he's wearing a monocle and a top hat. Hello, little people.
Just to set this up, Maga pimp. I just put the video in, Dan, and it was like my very first coming out into the YouTube world of trolling Wally. My very first video. Dan was the inspiration because he made a little one.
Don't say you're coming out. You'll excite Wally.
Oh, well, okay. But just to set it up, this was
coming on Wally.
When I first got that Negra Zucra and got turned on to Wally on YouTube. He's making all these. He had a community page, and he's putting up all these like posts where he's standing on the scale, and then he's making videos like, oh my, I'm dying, I'm not doing well, and like he was dying for like a couple months. So like I'm watching this and I'm saying, this is so ridiculous. It can't let it go without making fun of it. And Dan did a short one and sent it to me and said, I'm going to do it. So this was the video that started it all for me.
Okay.
Then here we go.
Hi guys, Maga Man here, and things are going downhill. You guys have been watching my videos, and you know my spleen and my fatty liver and my sarcoidosis are all coming to a head now, and I don't know what to do. As a matter of fact, I've been peeing, and it's like honey.
Ew.
And I've decided to bottle it and give it to my friend Esteban.
Oh, gross.
Because he always takes me in when I'm at my lowest point.
Blossom.
And the newest thing happening now, my feces have turned into peanut butter. And I don't know what else to do. So,
organic, you freaking.
Like I always say,
make some bread.
Stick together. Watch your 6. This is Maga Man signing out.
He's got to go make some bread now so he can put the peanut butter.
After I posted that up, he came right into the he made a comment underneath it, and he said something like, "I'll see you in court for a restraining order." That was the very first video.
Funny.
And then he took that comment down.
How do you find it so fast?
I think you were on the radar at that point. You must have been, right?
Must have been.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I was probably.
It's like, aha, got you.
I don't know how, but yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it's possible. And then I remember Dan saying to me, "Oh, maybe you shouldn't show the label. He'll try to he'll track you down by the label and find the lot number and the stock number in the store where it was bought." And yeah, that definitely a Maga Man thing for sure.
The reverse trace the lot number and find out who it was sold to directly.
I'll find you. Yes.
I know it was bought at the Whole Foods.
I'm finding my scale video.
Oh yeah, and actually I made another one that I never put up. Oh, did I ever show you this one?
What's that? Hold on. I'm doing stuff behind the scenes, guys. I can't talk about it.
Oh, hold on. I put up another one that was for Maga Man. Check it out. I'll show you.
Oh, got too many screens here. Did you put one up? I didn't see anything.
No. Here you go.
Man, you worry about that virus?
Fuck that virus. And fuck you too, hunky.
Oh.
that was Wally at the Plaza Center today.
Oh yeah, yeah. This was from Wally. Yeah. Wally was interviewing
with his dumb Maga hat. Fuck you.
Wait, this man has it might be a sword cane. It might be a bullet cane. You don't know. It could be an umbrella.
Yeah, Wally had to deck this guy.
Dart. You don't know. This man threatened me with a poison dart umbrella.
Could happen.
It's possible.
He was dressed like Justin Trudeau.
It could have been feces.
Is he still a thing? Yeah.
This is my classic one. Hey everyone, Maga Man here.
Oh my god.
More of my
I have ugly feet, or I would have done one of these too.
The sarcoid spleen kidney disease.
Oh, his underwear.
Because I'm losing weight, see?
You should have put a big brown shit stain right in the middle of it.
Oh, it's still going, hold on.
Should have put a
That's what started it all.
mark right in it.
That's the kind of shit we've been doing behind the scenes, everybody.
I'm trying to think of anybody other than like...
Hey guys, Maga Man here. I was just over by my friend Esteban, who takes care of me when I get suicidal.
Oh, it's cold turkey dinner.
I brought him my honey pea and my peanut butter feces, and in return, he gave me a cold chicken wing from Thanksgiving. So, like I always say, guys, stick together, watch your six. Maga Man out.
That's a lot. Yeah, that's obviously a rotisserie chicken. That's not turkey.
I know.
Bad prop. Come on. That's why game.
That's why it never made it out. Yeah, that's it never got fly. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm trying to think, other than like, you know, very well-known public figures or dictators, I've never come across anybody that has so many people who despise him for whatever reasons, right? From so many different walks.
He's at a place donating his bodily fluids, and people are like, "Fuck you." He was part of the 9/11 community. A bunch of people who helped like clean up after this horrible thing happened, and they're like, "Fuck you." It's like, what are you doing?
What do you have to do for somebody to threaten you should kill you or put you in a trunk? like throw you off.
That was one of the first videos I saw of him. He was like I became Facebook friends with him, and he made some video. He's like, "Oh, the 9/11 community have a problem with me," and like he wouldn't give his specifics, and you're like, what happened?
Here was one of the videos where a baby mama talks about her new man.
Oh, true, Sherm. I want you to be my papi.
I always find that somewhat disturbing. And how dare you steal a picture of her from him to use in your video?
Now, you know what? It made me laugh when I filled out some privacy thing against Wally, and when you fill out that form on the paperwork, like on the form, it says you have to. If you report children, you have to be their legal guardian, and you have to check that box. So, like Wally, if I showed a picture of Wally's kids, he technically wouldn't be allowed to report a picture of his kids because he's not a legal guardian of them. It would have to be baby mama. So I remember thinking that was kind of funny. Not that I would show his kids, but I thought it was kind of funny because he was. Whenever people bring up baby mama's kids, he's always like, "They're our kids," and I'm like, "Are they?" Because you don't have guardianship over them.
Man, oh man. I mean, you have to really fuck up. I mean, granted, I do think the court system and the family court system is sides with women more liberally than men, but you got to really fuck up to just not have any access to your children.
Yeah, right.
Period.
It has to be. Yeah, right.
I mean, even Jump said something about like this supervised visitation. I mean, you know, the state does not want to take a parent's rights away entirely. I mean, if he went head to head, or if I went head to head with my ex, and maybe, you know, we'd argue, right? You know, men, women, I don't know, lifestyle, but to get your kids removed from you entirely is a big deal.
I think we can only speculate.
Right. I don't know.
I kind of think. Well, I kind of think that he doesn't have any parental rights, or else he would have some kind of visitation, and we would know about it.
Well, you know, if he did, then he would be exerting that, that right.
Yeah,
somehow.
right.
He would try to anyway.
But my speculation is that, you know, maybe baby mama, when she went into court, said that he's violent, and maybe he exhibits some kind of crazy behavior in court, or he just didn't cooperate. Like maybe they appointed somebody.
Said, "Fuck you, bitch! I'm not violent, you cunt whore."
That would be enough to get a restraining order, like on an emergency basis, right?
Yeah.
But you can't just make that claim without some evidence behind it eventually.
Right.
So, and especially if she's petitioning for sole custody of the kids, there has to be an investigation, right? There has to be a psychologist or a social worker or both, or somebody who interviews you, right? Because the state's not just going to say, I'm only going to believe that one side.
Right.
Even if, and this is factual, Wally, you got arrested for child endangerment and obstruction of breathing. You didn't get convicted. We could play that game too, but
my
you did
record
get arrested
is clean,
for it, right?
Yeah.
So, a 2-year restraining order, which we know, and that has come and gone, right? So he still could have fought for supervised visitation, or not necessarily full custody, but partial custody. He gets them 1 weekend a month or whatever. That all went out the window when he moved to North Carolina, right? But he doesn't have access to them. And that's
I don't think any New York judge, like if you're a New York judge, you're not going to say, oh, okay, the kids can visit you out of state or something like that.
That might have to be agreed to by both parties, right? Yeah. But what I'm saying is, like, even to get a restraining order for this length of time, they're not just going to take her word for it because maybe he threatened her, right? Which he did, I'm sure. Somebody would have to interview his ass. Somebody would have to do an investigation, and somebody would have to come to the conclusion that he is unstable.
He probably just showed whoever 1 billion text messages and phone calls and videos, and like he probably fucked himself by like.
I just happen to think that he said at the very beginning when we got into this YouTube world, we put all this stuff up. He said that he went up to New York and like, I think he didn't believe that she was going to play hardball, but she must have played hardball, and he got his ass handed to him in court because he thought his black book holds some kind of water in court, and it doesn't mean anything. And I think he just gave up. He threw his hands up and said, I can't win this battle, or I'm not prepared to win this battle, or I don't have the money to win this battle, or
that would require some level of
he came back and he was like, my lawyer was a liberal bitch, and she hid evidence, and it was them and the New York. I remember he was suing her dad, his lawyer, and New York State for defamation. Like,
right. He was playing that game
because they told him shit. They said shit he didn't want to hear, and he's like, when things make me sad, that's defamation. Like, that's how far his brain goes. He's like,
and then he got into this whole thing that to this day he still talks about, that when some fantasy civil war happens, he's going to pack up his car and his pepperball guns and go to New York and sweep them all off their feet and bring them back here.
That was just a bit, law enforcement. That was just that was his little comical bit.
But I mean, that whole litany of stuff that you just went through is just crazy. How?
Just scrolling through my YouTube Shorts feed.
Is that Wally? Is he playing the violin?
Room up in your house for a Ukrainian refugee. Have them come and live with you. Eat my ass. Eat my ass. Eat my ass.
This is
my asshole.
Does he grab the can? A second later, he grabs the can and like throws it in the garbage can. It was like just like the most feminine.
This is something that you would put up on YouTube or the internet when you have some remote thing in your mind, thinking that you would want to go to court and try to somehow reestablish with your kids. You're going to put up YouTube shorts, eat my ass, or eat my ass.
Fuck your ass.
Yeah, and you suck a bag full of circumcised breast penis eye.
Kenai, isn't that a tribe in Africa?
A penis eye? I don't
know. I don't know.
Well, let me just grab some.
Eat a whole bag of penises.
Well, it's the Wally effect. If he makes a video and 5 minutes have gone by, he'll leave it up, but it didn't happen.
He's not live, so he might be watching. Wally, if you come on in, I promise to take down all my videos. I'm not in line.
Well, if you come in, I promise to take down all of Dan's videos.
And I have to be a Mason again, and not only that, I have to be the Lord of the Masons, and Dan's got to take down all his chat, and then he's got to strip naked, and I get to make fun of him, and his demands.
Well, wouldn't that be like the Grand Poobah of the Masons? Is that how that works?
I don't know. Slippery will have to clarify. I thought Slippery is actually the shadow. He controls it all from the shadow. He's the puppet master.
Exactly.
That's why he was saying there's a process to get back in. I think Slippery could just go bam, and he'd just say some words in Latin, and then Wally's back in it again.
He's
like, E pluribus unum Wally Ristoriamo, like Harry Potter, and
build
boom.
himself up, he has to make his enemies the strongest possible. Like, he has to steel man his enemies. So that's why Slippery should be able to get him back into the Masons, because he's that diabolically powerful.
It's all fictional in his mind.
Yeah. And Dan King is some kind of internet god that's going to go throughout the entire internet and scrub Wally's existence from it.
I love when he talks about Garage Autonomous, because he makes it sound like Garage Autonomous is just like this evil, like he just blows up houses, of MAGA people, like in his spare time. He's just this like underground terrorist. Baron Yam checking in from Dakota, one of the Dakotas, South Dakota.
That's Baron Yam. Baron Yam is the only person that I know who walks this planet that can get something to rhyme with sarcoidosis.
He's sarcoidos. Always thinking about the chicken nugget toes.
What is he doing? What,
oh, you're muted. You're muted.
Baron Yam is muted and spelled his name wrong.
So you guys know my rhyme schemes, studying them up and down. I see that you guys are.
I can't hear selfie pole ever again and think of it.
Unlocking the inner, unlocking the wordsmith. No, I'm just.
That's scary, Savage Cock. It's not a dick pic, is it? I'm afraid. Sure, send me something.
That's a picture of a animal, a barn animal, like me. Like I'm a barn yam.
Where are you going? You going to give some plasma or what?
I'm donating. Yeah, I'm actually donating.
Yeah.
Look at all this. Look at. Thanks, Baron. Or thanks, Brandon. Thank you, Brandon. Brandon.
Oh, shit.
See that tree? Brandon.
Brandon
did that.
Brandon.
Just like I'm jealous. Brandon. I wish I could walk around the world and anything that bad happened to me, I'm just like. Slippery did it. This is Slippery's fault. Just blame somebody and believe my own bullshit. Like I'm kind of jealous. Like I can't walk around.
I think that somebody might have played a joke on him and just went to all the store brand items and just bought them all up, just so that to make him want to react and make a live stream about it, just so that he could be like, oh, see.
Well, I know.
Brand Oreos,
I know he watches that. What's her name? I forget her name. Not Kelly Ray.
I know exactly.
The prepping mama, and she does that. She goes to Walmart and she goes to the store. And she's like, "There's no bread." Joe Brandon did this.
I'm thinking exactly like that woman lives somewhere in upstate New York, off the Hudson River somewhere, because I think she said it, and I thought exactly the same thing. She went to a BJ's and she's like, "Oh, look. The bagels are low." Like that means that the world is at the precipice of the incubus or something like that. And
that means in President Biden, he has a secret bunker and it's just filled with Parmesan cheese and bread rolls, and he's like, ha 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 ha, like that's what he's doing, He's pissing on it.
So completely full of shit, yet so truthful at the same time.
Didn't he get Duzangs? I was telling Duzangs because he missed that live stream that he did. So he won't be able to watch the playback until it actually uploads tomorrow. But did he get cornered in the store the Walmart that he was in by?
No, he was at the plasma center, and the locals gave him a hard time.
Because he had the outfit on, right? He had the getup.
He according to him, he was live streaming. And they told him, you can't live stream here. This is a medical office, idiot. And he turned it off. And then after the camera went off, people came over and be like, fuck you.
You always hear that term virtue signaling. Who does more virtue signaling than Maga Man, right? Who would videotape themselves inside a plasma place? And then ultimately you find out he's not, he's wants to videotape himself so he can show everybody out there what a great human being he is. And then you find out afterwards he's getting paid for it. Fuck you, Wally. Suck a bag of dicks.
Really. He says in the video, he's like, "Oh, I can't wait till I get a lot of money, so I don't have to do this shit anymore."
Yeah, right. Yeah, suck a bag of dicks. Really, come on. And then he point fingers at all. He'd go around pointing fingers at all of us, and these guys, they don't
live in Manhattan.
They don't live it. Yeah, right.
They just work there. Can you imagine that?
You know what? Yeah,
that's all of Long Island and the tri-state area.
Dicks. You have no idea what anybody on this panel does.
Well, you touch on he goes into a medical center or a place where and he just let me start filming everybody.
Yeah, right.
And he just, it doesn't even enter his head, or my friend's bathroom and someone's trying to commit to, like, not for a nanosecond does he realize I probably shouldn't be doing this.
Well, the locals are probably like, look at this MAGA guy in our fucking neighborhood, and he's talking on his phone like a dickwad.
There's a guy like that in Long Beach too, Dan, who's just got Trump flags and stickers.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And
he has money because he has like a house like right on. It's almost on the beach. It's like 1 block off from the beach. Yeah,
guys,
he gets in trouble all the time.
It's not saving money. It's not saving money. It's spending money. All right, you gotta be articulate with your language.
His mom taught him that. I caught that one too.
Taught him that. A lot of moms out here buying all the store brand stuff. I know how you moms are.
Whenever I buy shit like my wife doesn't want me to buy, I always say, I go, you have to spend money to save money. Because it'll be like, they'll have a thing, it's like, a Kit Kat bars, it'll be like, buy 6, get 7 free. I'm like, I had to buy 7. I just,
That doesn't work for snacks. It's like if you're investing in a tech company.
No, that's for me, that's what I tell. Just because she'll be like, why do we have 7 Kit Kats? I'm like, you got to save money. I'm saving money. You're welcome.
Because the 8th one was free.
That's what it is.
When he was with baby mama, he was like, you should be thanking me. I'm saving us so much money. I mean,
the gas station Black Series doll for only $20. He thought he was going to be able to sell all these Black Series Star Wars collectors dolls. He would go from Walmart to Walmart.
Look, do you remember his son was just born, and he made this video. He's showing his bed, and on his bed.
August 16th, 2000.
Yes, that one. Okay. So he's showing his bed, and he's got like a handful of like toys that he had as a kid, and he's like, guys, I don't know. Should I save this for AJ, or should I? I'm, like, things are tight, and I may have to. And it was like old stuff, but it was like maybe $200 worth of like collectible old toys, and he's like, guys, I don't know. I have to make this big investment decision in my life. And everyone just like, dude, just sell. I think I was friendly with him, and I made a comment like, dude, just sell it, and like later on in life, if you're feeling bored and you have money, buy the dumb fucking shit back. But
but you can see too, like, he buys and sells stuff like on such a whim that he has no discipline about how he does it. You know what I mean? He gives it absolutely no thought.
Because there's always plasma, Slippery. You could always.
There's always another pint.
And if they tell you no at the first place, you just go to the other one, and they say no, and you go to the next one. Wally, I'm accusing you of plasma shopping or something. I don't know what you call it.
He's a prolific plasma donor for $50 a pop. But look, the difference is, like, even Savage said, look, and Savage isn't, doesn't have his hand.
To do what you got to do. I mean,
exactly, and that's what Savage was saying.
I'm not knocking it. It's just like Wally, like we said, Wally's like, oh, I'm this angel. It's like you're doing it for the money.
But Savage is not virtue signaling. He's saying, like, this is a good opportunity for me. I need it to get. He's not on the hamster wheel of collecting free government cheese.
No, exactly.
Or so he's
I'm thinking of giving some plasma.
Well, I'm looking into this. When he said $1,000, I mean, that's gonna, that can finance some of this trolling stuff. Trolling on a budget.
Well, he can't be that sick if he's able to do this. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
I think one plasma donation, I could get both necklaces Wally has.
Well, I used to donate plasma in college. Yeah, I remember you get a card that you can put all of the plasma donation money on. But then there's also like rules. Like you can't. I forget what exactly it is. Like you can put like $50 at a time on it or something like that. There's some weird. He definitely has to save money because it's not really long term. It's not really like a good way. It's for college students who are like broke and what.
So they don't, like, how do they pay you? You don't get like a check?
No, they put it on a card that they like. It's like there's one over here. Well, there's one up in the northwest side or the Midwest called BioLife. So you go there and then they give you a credit card basically, and then they put debit card or something where they put the credits that you get for donating onto the card. So then you can like spend that. You have to like go. It's this really roundabout way of activating the card, but then you like it only procs after your first couple donation, so they know you're not. Because a lot of people abuse it to get the money, and they try to draw the cash at like buy drugs or something like that.
I don't know. It sounds like kind of like those commissary cards upstate when you're.
Yeah, it sounds like CPA cards or whatever. It all falls in the same thing that. Yeah, Trump or that Maga Man would do. It's just like, yeah, you get the card, you can get like 70. Like if you get a really big donation, you can get like 50 or 75. That's when I was doing it. So then you can buy that, like get a couple burritos or like go shopping or something. It's valid. It's like
it's a debit card, but you could only buy bodily fluids with it. That's
how many pounds of plasma does it take to get like a custom Freddy glove? I mean, I think he said that was like $300, and he ordered it 4 months ago. It took 4 months to get that.
He'd have to go. He'd have to. And the thing is, like, you can't donate one day after the next because of health reasons, and then they also give you restrictions on like how many you can do throughout a week.
Wally said 2 times a week, which seems a lot.
It is a lot, but he's a big bully, and he probably has a lot to give.
A lot of plasma floating around in him, yeah.
He looks kind of pale too lately, doesn't he?
Well, he probably, I don't know.
Maybe it's all related. We were talking about before. Like maybe, like he should keep track of like his depressive cycles and when he gives plasma. Maybe there's a correlation, you know.
Well, there's like a lot of hormones that you release inside of your bodily fluids and stuff. I feel like if he was on any sort of medication, they would have to screen him for that, and that way, they don't take all of your plasma that you donate.
That's what Savage was saying. Like they
he just recently just said in a stream he's on. What did he say? He's on generic Xanax. But but you dope smoking guys, you know.
So you take the card and you go to get an ATM
He's probably
machine.
popping generic Xanax like chiclets.
Yeah, he said something like that. He was taking.
You can't donate if you do that. I mean, there's people who, like I said, there's people who smoke who donate, and I think the rules were that like marijuana is fine, but any other form of narcotic, they won't take your plasma. You know,
well, I just checked. You can donate it with sarcoidosis. So,
well, I'm sure Wally, with all his mental afflictions, he probably takes his psychotropic drugs out of a Pez dispenser at this point.
I wonder if you can do it with PTSD. Let's see.
I love it. Like he'll say like you know, like I drank a lot, but baby mama's family drove me to drink. Like he'll say the same thing about Xanax. He'll be like, well, you know. Like Dr. Dick Tips drove by my house, so I had to take 5 Xanax. It's his. Baron Yam drove me to suicide, so Baron, you still owe me $500 for the bill.
He lied, and I caused him child or medical payments that I have to now pay back.
I don't know. I think I lost. I think I didn't record that video before it went away, but yeah, he's holding up the bill and he's like, Baron Yam, get ready to pay.
Baron Yam used to be pretty high on the list of on the Wally's enemies list.
He mentioned me at a bar once as in a YouTube short. He was like, so how about you, Kevin, and like Dan, Kevin, and Baron Yam? What do you guys think about me lying about buying subscribers?
People at the bar are like, what is that, a drink? I'll have a Baron Yam, please, on the rock. What would a Baron Yam be? What would it be?
I don't know, probably like a 4 Horsemen, but just like adding, I don't know, like something starchy.
What was it? Screaming Viking? Does anyone remember the Screaming Viking bit on? I think it was Cheers. Again, I'm showing my age. So there was Cheers. There were bartenders, and they were in a bartending contest. And the contest was, if someone asks you for a drink and you don't know what it is, you lose. So, but then there was a gag. Everyone came in and started asking for a Screaming Viking.
Yeah.
And the bartender's like, that's not a thing. And then Woody Harrelson was like, oh, a Screaming Viking? He's like, how do you want your cucumber? And he goes, slightly bruised. And he takes out a cucumber and he goes, bop. And the guy's like, that's not a real drink. Get the fuck out of here. So that was a Screaming Viking.
Even though these things might show our age, they're the classics. I mean, if you don't.
Nobody knows what Cheers is. You and me, Flipper. Like MASH, no one's watching this shit.
I got it.
But it's like even the kids today, the pornography today isn't like the classics, like The Devil and Mrs. Jones and Behind the Green Door.
Everybody had hair and real boobs.
I have a former family member, distant family member I was married to that was in Deep Throat, the original.
Oh, no
Deep
kidding!
Throat. Yeah,
that's probably one of those things you shouldn't mention. That's like now you're being like Wally. Like, hey guys.
Yeah. Well,
hey guys, my mom was in porn. Yeah.
It wasn't a biological relative, but
guys, I bought this sex toy as a joke.
It's a bit, guys.
When I heard that, I was just like, wait, what?
Okay. My son's coming in with all the bugs. Make it quick. Close the door. Close it. Close the door. There's a moth the size of a bat in the room now. What's going on, buddy?
I remember watching when Dan was down here and he was at the beach with his son. It's like, oh my God, you know what?
What do you want?
I hadn't been at the beach all year, and last Sunday I went out to the beach with my wife and some friends, and it was just so nice. I hadn't been, you're living like.
Oh yeah, you were driving on my favorite road.
Yeah. No, but
is that Ocean Parkway? I thought maybe I messed up the name. What's the one from Jones Beach to Robert Moses? Is that Ocean? Maybe Ocean.
I think it is Ocean. I don't even know myself.
Isn't it where they found?
That's a great drive. There's anyone on it.
It's a great
except for the guy who killed all those women.
Yes,
right.
I mentioned that to my stepson when we drove down there. I'm like, it's beautiful if you ignore the corpses. He was like, corpses? I'm like, and I told him about. Yeah, they found bodies out there. They still don't know who was doing it.
What was the name of that? That one mass murderer from the island. They suspect some of those. He might have been. Those might have been some of the older corpses. Some of his victims.
Oh yeah, I forget. I know what you're talking about, but I forget the name.
That was caught on the southern state with like a body in it. I forget his name too.
You see, New York is a crime-ridden shithole.
They even admitted. They talked about the corpses on Gilgo Beach or whatever it was.
Oh, I always tell you, like. Yam's hair game always gets better. I swear to God. Johnny Weir has got nothing on you, man.
The beard's good too. Oh, you gotta. I saw Duzang's in your video, Baron. Yeah, and you gotta tell him he needs a beard. He's a beard guy. Some men are just born to have beards. He doesn't look right without a beard. So Duzang's, if you're watching, grow that fucking beard, buddy.
I remember Duzang's when he first came on. He had like a ZZ Top beard, right? It was like a big caveman beard.
He's a guy that has to live with a beard. He's like it's his calling.
Babu.
We needed you before while he was talking about growing up in his 5 people in one little room and all. He was doing that all.
The greatest part about Wally is his backpedal game. So, like, remember a couple of weeks ago he was saying how he had, like, the world's most terrible childhood and everything wrong was happening. And then, like, we started talking about how, like, we knew him, and I mentioned the high school, and I mentioned the park that we used to hang out. And now all of a sudden it was, we had a pretty good life. The only bad thing was that we had 5 people living in a small apartment, which, again, it wasn't a small apartment. It seems pretty huge. But I love how, like, now that we have people that can actually provide facts and evidence, like Wally likes to say. Now it's a whole backpedal to, life was pretty good. We had money, we had this and that. Like, yeah, dude, you didn't have a bad life at all. Like, you're bitching and moaning about shit that like he's making up poverty, which is so stupid.
Playing to his audience.
Exactly. Like what?
Well, yeah, I don't even think it's backpedaling. I just think whatever the video he's talking about. Like if he's reminiscing about like how wonderful his childhood is, then he has a pool, then everything was great. But when he's telling his audience how hard things were, then he's in a one room apartment with 5. Yeah. Suddenly he has 5 siblings. It's like a fish. But it's a bit, guys. It's YouTube. Everyone knows. Everyone just makes shit up on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
So let me get this straight. So he went to give plasma, which all right, cool, nice thing, but he went there with his less lethal and thought that would be okay.
No. Punk ass didn't go with his less lethal.
If I did, none of this would have happened.
Yeah, he was going on. If I had my gun.
I'm crinkling.
Yeah, so I guess a bunch of people gave him shit, from what I'm understanding, and they had to escort him out of the place. And he went on to say later that if he had his guns, then it would have been a different outcome.
Security had to walk him out, and he's like, "They're my friends. Security loves me. Oh, I'm this interesting guy."
Like, how does this guy find himself in these positions everywhere he goes? Like,
we talked about that earlier. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
it's like, is there a magic number where at some point Wally goes, "Wow, I really," I mean, look, I've had a few epiphanies in my life. I'm maybe not in a great place. It takes a while. Something hits me like a lightning bolt. I'm like, okay, what I'm doing nice. Is it working? Maybe that's the broken teeth at the gum line fucking unfuckable people that Wally talks about.
Actually, somebody just brought up a good point. The banner that was on the screen, he's on medication, so he's not supposed to be giving any kind of blood or plasma.
Actually, I checked. You can.
You
can. Oh, really?
Yeah,
I remember when I donated blood. They even if you like had AIDS, they would take it, but they would use it for testing. They're like, this obviously isn't going to a human being, but they would still take your blood.
They recommend that you wait until it's out of your system, but Xanax is a half-life of about 11 hours, so it can clear out of your system. I mean, it depends. So
whoever gets Wally's blood just starts weeping.
Xanax has a shorter half-life than Wally's emotions. But I guarantee he's not being truthful to them. I'm sure.
But talking about like not keeping track of shit, like Wally. His mental states are probably all due to, he's taking Xanax and drinking and then caffeine and then no blood plasma. It's probably like all related,
in that guy.
But you can see it in his videos from day to day because his mental state is like he's so unstable. One day will be, he'll be bouncing off the walls. The next day he'll be
struggling. Next day he can't save his money on Tuesday.
I was on the phone for 40 minutes. Oh my God, I can't walk.
He's buying toys on Wednesday. He's regretting it on Thursday.
It's funny. The other day he was streaming. He was streaming and he was talking about how the doctors aren't I guess working fast enough for his speed or whatever. And then he gets a call. He gets a call from his doctor while he's live streaming it, and he ignores the call. So it's like,
oh my God, I missed that.
It was so important, and somebody even commented, that Favitz guy. He even commented like, "Dude, you're talking about waiting for your doctor, but why? He's like, why are you not putting us on hold? Like, go answer the phone and come back to us." So apparently, like
it's okay. He'll browbeat that guy later on. Yeah. You called during a live stream, Doctor So and So.
Yeah. So it's like he's mad because the doctors aren't filling out the forms or giving the proper information, which really just means the doctors aren't giving the information because the information doesn't exist.
Or they always call him like before like noon and he's sleeping, so he just
yeah.
Call me between 1:30 and 4, okay, doctor.
His live stream talking about.
I was saying about the beard situation. The Duzang shaves because of it's part of his business model. It's called clean cut. So he'll have a beard all throughout.
Yeah, no, mistake. He needs to be a beard guy.
Yeah. And then he cuts
that business model.
He cuts it. Yeah, just like it's like the mower, lawn mowing, cutting. Then he shaves his beard.
Oh, it's part like lawn mowing. I cut things. I get it. No, he's a beard guy.
But then with Wally, it's his facial hair game is a little bit harder to track because he's kind of sporadic. You never know when he's going to have facial hair.
My favorite is when Wally's eyebrows disappear. I love when his eyebrows.
Well, it's weird because Wally talks about neck bearded faggots, but he has beard on his neck. It's just and he's
if he didn't have beard on his neck, all you would see is that double chin of his.
Right. And he talks about all these little homo things like eat a bag. That's his greatest thing right now is they told me to eat a bag of dicks. Well, they can eat a bag of circumcised penises.
Yeah, we played before 3 times in one live stream. He did that zinger, and every time it just bombs.
The most amazing thing in the world.
Dick tips. You have actually. I think there's a number of actual people that are marginally interested in what Wally has to say. And you think to yourself, these people, assuming they have average intelligence, what can they think to themselves when every second video he makes is about his former home and his former home is fallen? It's like, okay, you're in North Carolina, dude. Forget it. Move on.
Just that phrase, my former home.
What if somebody stumbles across him because he shoots a BB gun, and then you want to learn more about that BB gun, but it takes you 14 weeks and 57 videos about something else you have no idea what the fuck the guy's talking about. You're going to go find another channel. Right,
his content is literally just I used to wonder what his content was, and it's literally just him bitching and moaning. That's his content. He'll find something to bitch and moan about.
Yeah, and it's interspersed with I would love to take my gun out, but the humidity is higher than 20%. In one of his live streams, he said he actually went out, but he wasn't in the mood to live stream. He wasn't. What does that take? You know why? Because the range. That's actually true. The range would be like, sir, you can't film in here. You can't record here. It could be. It could be. Well, one thing if I go, I'm bringing my kids, and I'm being discreet, and I'm not.
They must have been watching Wally for the whole time he's live streaming. Look at this asshole. Look at this fucking prick. And finally, someone told him to shut up, and then they started with him.
Even Barron just put out a video of him at the shooting range. It's legit that easy.
Right. Well, I'm saying, but the thing is, Barron's whoever's recording himself. And I took my kids out. There you go, Dan. Where's your 1.1?
The race is on.
We'll do it like this. I'm like here right now, but he's like doing.
Dan, I saw that email, man. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Dan's got 1,006. Dan's already surpassed 1,600. He's got 1,603. No. Oh, 1630? What do you have?
I don't know. I don't care as much as Wally does.
Wally is definitely buying subs just so he can pass Dan. He does not want Dan to beat him.
Yeah,
He's like, I got to figure out how to get some more plasma in me before tomorrow.
He woke up this morning saying, I'm going to sell my plasma. I got to get some subs.
It's a way better place to peddle your YouTube channel than freaking New York City, upstate New York, where there's hardly anybody lives there. All the people live in the radical fascist socialist hashtag.
Yeah, it's funny because I'm actually in.
I don't even live near Manhattan, guys.
I live among the 5 boroughs. Obviously, I won't say which because obviously Wally was trying to pin me down. But I was about to take a ride into Times Square to look for the BLM and Antifa and all that stuff. So I might stream that for you guys later if we're still on.
Yeah,
make sure you're gonna accidentally walk by like a glass building and there's gonna be reflection and Wally's gonna be like,
I already had that in my head. I already know how I'm gonna film.
It's hard in Manhattan. There's always something reflecting, you know.
The Mets and Yankees were playing at Yankee Stadium on when was it, on Monday or Tuesday night with 50,000 people. Look, there wasn't blood running in the streets. I mean, he doesn't even understand. He hasn't been here in 6 or 7 years.
Exactly. He has no idea what things look like. He was talking about Duff's Bar, which was like, and it was the greatest story because like, oh, Duff's Bar, this was this great metal bar that we used to go to, and I used to take Maritza there all the time. She hated metal music, but I would make her go.
Yeah,
like,
the sun.
Yeah, he's bringing her there all the time, knowing that she hates metal music.
And this was 18 years ago.
So like, I can't imagine why she wasn't happy with you.
It's now like a what do you call it, a storage unit facility. But he's like, oh yeah, that bar is the greatest.
Yeah. And he's surprised why she didn't want to stay with him. Like he dragged her out to this bar.
Well, I remember he was like, hey, he wanted to propose to her, and he's like, hey, is there anyone with a Star Wars costume that wants to come along? Because he wants to be Darth Vader and propose to her with other Star Wars guys around.
My God.
And like she is not into Star Wars at all, but he was like, I'm gonna make this about me. Don't do that.
I wish we had. I have to check my archive, but he would go to like formal functions, like family dinners, maybe in Mason events, and he would wear one of his like Star Wars racing shirts and a fedora, and everybody else is wearing like normal clothes. And he's in like a family photo in his Star Wars gear and all the logos and everything.
Always a costume. Always a costume, right?
The guy doesn't own anything. I'm wearing a shirt that has a logo now, but he doesn't own anything that has no logo, right? Just no identifiable markings. He doesn't own a black shirt. Maybe he did in his band years when he was jumping off of tables or whatever.
No, even in the band years, he had the T-Mobile soccer jersey and the red and white striped one. Like the dude didn't know much about it. If it wasn't like red leather pants, it was fucking soccer jerseys. and you gotta mind, right now today it was 90 degrees in New York City, and I can only remember Wally used to wear leather pants on 90-degree days. Like he'd be the only one there with a fucking bandana and leather pants on a hot day.
They had to smell really good.
I remember you would say,
and that was even before he had a red leg, because maybe he's shy about his red leg now, so he doesn't.
I misunderstood you when you talked about. I thought you said a leopard print bandana, but then you clarified it was a Def Leppard bandana.
All of us can overcome mental illness.
Which is even worse, because it had like the Britain logo on it, so I was like, like this big 6'1" guy with red leather pants and the logo.
Ricky Berwick can have a popular channel, and he has his deformities that he carries with him, guys. So just like anybody can overcome trials and tribulations.
Well, no, apparently Walter can't work as long as he's receiving SSI, or else it could mess up everything.
But he can give is plasma taxable?
Yeah, what's the deal? Can the IRS go after your plasma money?
Dan, I just sent you a picture of Wally's red leg.
They can't. I think you can write it off as a donation.
You can 100% work in some capacity when you're accepting SSI. And I actually showed this to Dan. I sent him an email where you just can't exceed the amount that you're getting from SSI. But he can still get a job. He just chooses not to.
Well, he's trapped by.
Well, what does that work with like child support? Like, can baby mama zap any income he gets?
Absolutely, I'm sure that she could. Which is probably another reason why he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
But the system has him trapped. The only reason he can't.
And it's funny because Kevin, you did mention like you've never heard of anybody getting an answer back within 30 days. So you knew Wally was full of shit then. And then here comes Wally saying, "Oh, they're not working fast enough."
Like I said, that's great.
There's the red leg. And
is that the Adena orthosum?
Erythema nodosum.
Oh.
Yeah, you can see it on his right shin.
That's one tan he's got going on over there.
He was drunk as shit in that picture, from what I understand.
Looks like he's sitting right on Dan's head.
Was that one of the many parties he threw where nobody showed up and then he got mad?
Is that his leg? Is that his leg?
He's got Star Trek sideburns too.
Is he wearing a Star
It's
Trek
fucking
shirt?
midnight, and the idiot still has Oakley sunglasses on. Somebody, how? Why? Always.
Is that a Star Trek shirt he's wearing?
Oh yeah. It's a Star Trek uniform.
Oh
yeah,
my God.
He's a captain or something.
No, look at that belly.
That's a dress uniform.
Look at that belly. Oh my God. Although Captain Kirk did have a belly in a couple of seasons, so that's kind of accurate.
Same sideburns too.
I believe it.
Those are totally Captain Kirk sideburns from this first season.
Yeah, they had it comes to a point.
Yeah. They all had those weird sideburns in the first season. It's like space burns.
It's all the rage in 2253 or whenever the fuck it. Don't come at me, Star Trek fans. They're going to be like, "Oh, that's not the right year, dummy."
Yeah, I noticed he has 3 Starship toys on his PC desk. He got rid of
He's got 3 Star Trek. It's just it's a desk piece, everybody.
Yeah, he got rid of the Transformers, and now he just has the Star Trek Enterprise.
They'll be on the chopping block soon?
Yeah, they're going to be right there with the Mason memorabilia that he threw out.
Well, like you said, Babu, I talked to somebody that's in the program legitimately, and he's got contacts in there probably better than I would suspect better than Wally. I would think he's got some more legitimate contacts, and they said the absolute quickest, when you had all your ducks in a row, all your paperwork done, everything was good. It was 9/10 ready to go. It was 3 months. So Wally's got some more time before he can spend his money. Before he can spend 110%.
You guys got time to save up for your lawsuit. So
save money.
Well, I said in my description of the live stream, like Wally swore on the lives of his kids that this year was when he's going to sue everybody.
Yep.
But now he's only got a few months to pull this off. Is he going to have to murder his kids January 1st?
If I get served by Wally, that means my chicken nugget toe prop has got to go onto eBay. That's all there is to it. That's it. It's got to go.
But I talked about it briefly. Like, what if Wally gets his wish? They come after us. They shut down our channels. Does he not think like a million anonymous channels are going to pop up?
Right.
Seriously. And do the same thing.
It's only to Wally that the worst thing in the world is that you lose your channel. Okay, cool. We'll just make another channel. Like Wally's the only one that gives a shit about that.
And let me tell you something. If Wally hires what's her name, Camille Vasquez, the Johnny Depp lawyer, I'll show up to court with bells on every day. Just.
Did you hear he has contacts with Masons over there in North Carolina who supposedly asked him if he wanted to join, but he's like, no, I'm done with all that.
Did he say that? Get out of here.
Yeah, he said that. It was either in today's live stream or yesterday.
He's such a 6-year-old. It's like, they want me to join their club, but I don't know if I join their club unless they want to take me back to my old club.
Babu, you were on the last one where Jump Bluff came in and was like the messenger for Wally's demands, and one of his demands was, and Jump Bluff came here today. And he was on Wally's stream, and Wally is like, "Oh, I don't even worry about those guys anymore. I have bigger fish to fry all of a sudden." But
I have today. It's black people at the Plaza Bank.
A week ago.
What a story!
It's like my doctor can't do his fucking shit week because doctors have nothing else to do than to worry about this fucking guy's paperwork. You know.
That was probably the sticky note that he had on his computer was like he was counting down the days to his large cash award. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, it would have been day 30.
Well, the lawyers will, like, while he was calling them 8 times a day because he's got nothing else to do. So they're like, well, let's give us 30 days, and that was like the lawyers like let's get this guy off our back for 30 fucking days.
And again,
but then there's Wally with a calendar with an X. He's Xing the days.
Anybody who's had any sort of legal proceedings, right? Not the criminal, I'm saying civil. It takes years sometimes. I know somebody who's got an issue with the town she lives in her backyard, and the sewage pipe broke. It's been going on for 7 years. Right? I remember getting into a car accident a long time ago, somewhere in Staten Island. It's an old woman, blah, blah. Long story short, it took 4 years. The fucking woman died before I was able to get my money back. Right? I mean, so Wally thinks like he's going to get his paperwork for this big settlement within 27 minutes, right? Like these attorneys have nothing to do but answer his call right away.
But HS, this isn't even yeah, it is sort of a legal thing, yes, but it's not like he's dealing in a court or anything else. He's just like dealing with a bureaucracy that works the way it works. That's being handled by lawyers. Look, you were talking about your NYPD rifle and shotgun permit. It's like that's the same.
I finally got
thing.
called to get fingerprinted, but
yeah, good. Yeah.
4 more fucking months for dude.
But
and then
I think that rifle and shotgun, you go to Kew Gardens, right? You don't go to 1PP. Yeah.
But
that was one of Wally's messages today. He said, "Oh, if you guys in New York with your conceal and carry, you need to take advantage of that because I'm telling you, things are just getting wild out there at the plaza banks." he was like saying, time to pack weapons to the.
Not that it makes me happy, but let me tell you that the Supreme Court decision with the concealed carry, that's not going to have much effect where I live, unfortunately. You should see the restrictions on what they put on rifle and shotgun for the city. It's painful. But
you mean can you shoot it inside your apartment?
Well, that you can do. Yeah, absolutely.
Just set up like a pan, like a muffin tray.
Only if the muzzle velocity, if you're in the incorporated city, if the muzzle velocity is less than 1,100 feet per second, then you can shoot it with as long as you have a baking sheet behind your stop.
It's reinforced, slippery. Okay, it reinforced it.
I love it's an NRA certified.
Yeah, some contraption he made. I reinforced this with my reinforcement skills that I have.
If you see somebody next to your car, can you openly shoot them?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
If they have blue hair, you have to because they're going to carjack your car because everyone knows it's a thing.
Yeah, I have to respond first to the situation. John Fields said so.
Yes. Within 24, if somebody throws a rock at your car within 24 hours and you pick up the rock with salad tongs, it still is a viable piece of evidence.
It would be funny if they did send it for forensic analysis instead of a fingerprint to like this ranch dressing on. We can't do anything with this.
No, they come back and it's like it's an ignorous rock from the Palisaic era or whatever. They're like, no, you did the wrong thing.
Found like a mosquito.
It's 72% quartz and 53% jasper. They're like, no, that's not the test that we wanted to run on it.
That was like the whole thing that Yam did his whole rap to was Wally walking around his car giving his whole hysterical rant about right. It was like and somehow
I wish we could hear him talk to the because he was like, I got a dent because Wally was trying to get like body work out of it or something.
I remember that shit, but then idiot says he came to my house and took pictures of my car. You fucking showed off every square inch of your vehicle.
Of the car, yeah,
I didn't do it,
It's literally a three-dimensional model of his car.
He used to say, if you came to my home, he used to say, if you come to my home, you're going to get some. Now he's saying, if you knock on my door or come right to my porch, you're going to get one.
Yeah.
Well, if you come to the side of my bed when I'm sleeping and lean over and kiss me on the cheek, I'm going to do something to you.
Exactly.
And I sent you another picture I found. It's kind of funny. There's more to do with me.
Savage is also like, check your email. There's too much going on behind the scenes.
I can't figure out how to. It says I can't share shit on my screen. I tried.
I had a picture of.
Will you buy a PC? goddammit?
Wally wrote a post-it of like the name tags of the future. and he literally wrote like gay black Jew and all that stuff on it.
Oh, is that what that post-it was?
This is a good one.
Yeah, I took a screenshot of it, but
you figured out the post-it mystery?
No. Tell him what the post-it is, Babu.
It was the post-its of the future because in the future we're all gonna have name tags to identify who we are. So it said, it what who, gay black Jew, and then like a he, her, or something like that. It was retarded.
Is that real? That's really on his...
Yeah, let me see. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can find that screenshot. I might have to...
Oh my God, what a loser.
Hold on.
This was last Hanukkah. I had the 8 days of Wally. That's his trading card. And I never celebrated like Hanukkah before, so that's like a little light up LED menorah. So I put up the 8 days of Wally.
That's bullshit. You've been hiding behind your religion. for years.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, he's hiding behind a
just like your people do.
The thing that about Wally is that everybody else is hiding and he's calling everybody out who's hiding, but Wally's not hiding, guys. He's out there with his pepper ball.
Oh, that's Brian. You're fired. Oh, you're canceled. You're canceled. That was Brian. You're canceled. You're canceled. I love that guy.
He was at the store today and he was obviously asking for attention. He was just like in the Brandon uniform, and he was
hi everybody.
He like circled. I don't know if bad what you saw, but he like kept circling back to the same lunch meat section and just kept pushing back the same like.
He was trying to stall for like airtime, I guess. Like, he didn't, I guess, know what to talk about other than. Oh, Dan, by the way, check your email. I sent you the screenshot. Yeah, he was just.
What's going on?
Did you see? I think
so.
Somebody, I think Dan, you sent me this, and it was a screenshot of his post where he got triggered again, and he went into this whole tirade on his community page. He wrote this big whole thing about his baby mama's brother and the dog and the thing, and he's like,
recently or.
Yeah. I'm gonna, Dan, I'm gonna send it to you on Facebook. I don't know how to share it on the screen. I'm gonna have to send a Facebook Messenger.
I missed this one.
Zip
what who? Raise.
Gay black Jew. I identify as Zip Zilch Zowie.
Oh, overweight. I couldn't read it.
Overweight gay black Jew. Yeah, so that's his pronouns. Zip what who? Overweight gay black Jew. Zip Zilch Zowie.
This is the guy who's like, I don't understand why people call me a bigot. He's holding up a handwritten
thing.
He
doesn't say I don't understand why. He just flat out says it's a false narrative. He just denies it.
It's funny because as he's streaming, he's writing that on the poster, and you hear it's like a little kid. He's like, overweight, black Jew.
I remember once he was reading something, and he was doing this stuff. He was going.
Yeah, you got to start counting. You got to start counting.
Like he talks when he reads.
You can start like doing your ABC. Hey, it's for Apple.
Oh, Premiere.
There's
first
so much
responder. First.
You can't really keep all the basic information in there at once because you got to keep all these court papers, all this evidence that you have.
I don't know how he keeps it all straight, honestly. He was telling a story today about pipe and working at Yankee
Well,
Stadium,
it's all in one folder on his computer, but he has no organization skills. So every time he goes to expose everybody, it's just like a big mess of everything. There's no organizational skills.
That's the algorithm he finds himself in. It's like people don't. You guys make fun of him because he can't really keep a straight line of thought when it comes to content, but people get.
He's not straight.
But yeah, he can't keep it straight. But nobody really. I mean, people go look for pepper balls. They're probably not going to find a good source. So he's the best that they got. Then they get wrapped up in his drama, conspiracies, and.
I don't know if I was supposed to show that on camera or just show it to.
No. He said that's. I don't know. That must be the bike that Savage put together that he was talking about. It's pretty sweet. It's definitely old school. Well, I don't know if you should show it on there. I don't know if you can see him a little bit in the corner. Is that him or no?
Oh, that's Esteban.
We'll never know.
We'll never know. Nice, cool.
Oh my God! Do you guys see what I see in this picture?
What?
Oh my God!
The blue barrel.
A BLM barrel. A BLM barrel.
Oh, my evidence proof.
WEMBLM.
If you would have cut that into 3 segments and come to Wally's house and go to his porch and knock on his door, he's totally prepared for you.
But I got bad news, and I mean I've seen Wally test it. He tested it the Grimberg 68s bounce off. They don't penetrate.
No, but not the Gambo with the copper blah 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 blah.
They'll go through and they might even break your skin.
They'll go through and really irritate the guy holding the shield.
They can take down Whitetail.
That Gammo, actually, I saw a guy shoot that video, and I mean, it actually was more powerful than what you get credit for, but you have to be, after 10 yards, the wind blows the damn pellet.
You're not going hunting for whitetail.
No, of course not.
Thing. I mean, for him to even suggest that,
you'd have to find one sleeping.
That's
right. You go right up to it.
When he's talking about the recoil and he bought the whole, he's like the
bag.
Yeah. He's got the beam bag. Yeah.
And like,
yeah. Oh, it's almost like a 22. Oh, yeah.
The gun didn't move. The guy was like holding it out. And okay.
He's such a drama queen. I swear to God. Dan, I sent you on Facebook Messenger the thing about the brother. It's
God damn it! Will you guys learn how to share shit?
I don't know how to do any of this.
I tried. It said my computer can because I'm not using my browser.
I feel like I'm dealing with mom. I mailed you a clipping from the newspaper. I'm like,
Carry the pigeon in the window at any minute.
On page 4 of the microfiche.
yeah.
You guys are not familiar with the Dewey Decimal System?
I do.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad was a director of a library for like 31 years.
Oh boy.
Your dad.
Can I tell you an unrelated Wally story? But this is a sad state of affairs of this new generation. When my office, we had new staff come in last summer, right? Up until this point, all our charts were paper, right? But we were transitioning the computer records for everything. So the charts were all, alphabetical, right? And a patient came in, and I needed to get some information I had written down in the chart like 2 months prior. Now we were going all paperless. So all my entries were on the computer. So I go to the, funny enough, purple-haired unfuckable at my front desk. Swear to God.
Whoa.
And I said, can you get me Mr. Miller's chart because I need to get that? And she's looking at me kind of dumbfounded. And I'm like, well, the chart's then in that room right there. Can you just get me his chart because I need to? And she's looking at me dumbfounded. And I'm like thinking, am I having a stroke? Why are you not?
Did I make a horrible mistake hiring this person?
What am I not saying this correct? Like, what do you not? I said, what do you not understanding? She goes, well, how would I find his chart? And I'm like, you do know the alphabet, right? And she went, huh? I'm like, it's under M. And then look for the I. Like, because they're just so used to typing shit into a search bar. And it would pop up. She had no idea literally how to find something alphabetically.
Oh,
it's crazy. She's 25 years old. Now she's an office manager in another office.
Oh, my God.
But that's another unrelated Wally story. So there you go.
Do you think anybody will ever know or yeah, this is something prompted him to go off on his baby mama's brother.
Okay, LOL. Nothing like a man-child living with mommy and daddy while someone abused their ex-girlfriend. What?
Well, I don't know what that's.
Is he talking about himself?
I know. What's going on?
I remember a time when these anti-BLM types loved animals. Yet this Andrew, quote unquote, never once walked his own dog, putting his niece and nephew in danger. His kids, as far as having urine and feces. He always says urine and feces. Why is it pissing shit, Wally?
Because it's not a car; it's a vehicle, right?
But like he uses foul language every day, but now it's urine and feces all over the place. I wonder if this dog is still alive.
Part of growing up in and around New York in any of the 5 boroughs is like part of the rite of passage is stepping in dog shit. So like it's not really being put in danger. I don't think. I don't know. Is that being put in danger?
I mean, for what Wally's saying, it sounds like they bought a dog and then weren't taking care of it, in Wally's defense. But it's just like, he's like, I called the ASPCA on the people that took me into their house. Like,
no, but his argument there was like, it was an unsafe environment.
Yeah, no, it's not unsafe.
Because it was dog poop. Right?
Well, Wally should have been walking the dog. He should have bonded with that dog. What else is he doing?
Read that. He did then what he does to everybody. He gets little factoids about people, right? And then he'll talk about this guy who had testicular cancer who lived in Bergen, New Jersey, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So he's talking about, and his ex-girlfriend name who lived in Flushing, and
this Andrew. Who's this Andrew guy?
I don't know.
I got a pretty good clue.
But
he's talking about the brother, right?
But who is he?
But why do it in quotes? Like his name is Andrew. Like why quotes? So weird.
Who is he talking
it's
about?
Probably not his real name, but it's something that they call him probably.
Is he suspecting that whoever made this comment must be he's suspecting it's garage autonomous or something, right? Because that's what it sounds like.
Oh, your black saviors are losers. Know your tactics. I know your strategies, like mindlessly sitting in front of my camera, forcing you to analyze something that was premeditated, so you have more cluck to discuss. Yet my wallet is filled with money none of you will ever have. What? Plus, I'm about to get more.
Yeah, well, that's why. Yeah, of course. This was before he went down to the plasma place to score his 50.
Yeah, I have plasma money, guys.
Because we know. Because
oh yeah, and I cut out the bottom part. So yeah, this is. Oh, he's saying Lenny Squiggy is a garage. Oh, this is when he got his death threat. That's right.
And I like he shows his Ginsu knives in the top.
Yeah, he took the thing in the kitchen that hasn't. He took them all out.
So what? Garage?
Yeah, is that bizarre? Right?
Shirley fan or something?
Again, we're showing our age. People like Laverne and Shirley. What the fuck are you talking about?
Well, I'm saying Ginsu knives. When's the last time anybody saw an ad for that?
Right, so this was on his community page, right? So like now he's doxing his baby mama's brother, right?
And I look look at it's 2 minutes old. So while he was boom, he got the notification. He jumped in his phone. He jumped on the computer, took a screenshot as soon as it came in. Got to save this for the book, you know. So he's always documenting stuff. He likes to document, guys.
That's our boy.
He couldn't ignore the Rumble comments even though they made him cry.
Oh, that was great.
Send me more, guys. Send me more, guys. I don't care. Send me more. Oh, that comment's so bad. Oh, send me more.
You would see him and then all of a sudden somehow, I don't know how, I guess he would it would give him a notification as soon as there was a Rumble comment, and you would hear there's another one, and then
you're seeing this live, people. Yes. My favorite part of that is there's one part. Anytime he sees a comment like that, he's always like, "That's defamation of slander bias." Like he always makes up some random thing why it's illegal. And there was one he was reading, but he was so upset. He's going, "That's an open active threat. He ran out of steam halfway through trying to figure out how he's going to sue you."
Very early on, when we started watching him again on when he got onto YouTube, he was doing a live stream, and I think it's one of the first ones I ever watched of him doing it. And it was one of these leading up to a suicidal type of live stream, guys and this and that. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, somebody, I don't even think it was you. I think it must have been somebody else. The cops showed up at his door because it was obviously a live stream that most people watching it might have thought, this guy's he's ready to do it. He's ready to
I think I saw, that was before my time. Somebody else, he thinks his mom called the
Oh, he does. Okay, so he's and then the cops are there, and he's I'm glad you guys are seeing this. I'm glad, or he talked to the cops or whatever, and then he started the live stream the next day or something. And I said, I'm glad you guys saw this, and you see what they're doing to me, and how they're doing this and that. And it's
he went off camera, and you could hear him talking
to the cops. Yeah.
I never recorded it, but I do remember seeing it.
I do remember it pretty vividly. Yeah, I do.
And he came back, he's see what happens, guys? You're talking about murdering yourself on camera. Someone called the police on you, yes.
And then he has that same defense mechanism, because when he was he was sucking down beers, and he's with Esteban, and he knows 100% that he's going to get bombed, and he's going to drive back, because he's already said from where he lives to where Esteban lives is a significant distance. So he's going to drive back there drunk, and the cop, he's doing a live stream, and he's obviously bombed the live stream. The cops get called, they show up there, and he's afterwards, he kind of wraps up the live stream, but then he does another video or another live stream afterwards and says, "Oh, I showed them, I didn't do anything wrong." And
win for me.
Yeah, right. It's who's, what universe is that a win for anybody? I mean, yeah, you got caught drinking like a high school idiot. The cops told you to wrap it up and go home. They basically yelled at you for not knowing better, and you're declaring a win.
Oh, that's the one where he recognized the cop.
One of his
they pulled up to the car, and he's like, "Oh yeah, hey, I remember you." Yeah, and
yeah. That's normally not a good thing.
You guys are all going to pay one day after this one day this year. He's going to come, and Nightmare on Elm Street's going to drop, and then he Maga Man's page is going to shoot up from this Freddy Krueger.
When I actually remember after this, he was in Friday Night Blaze or in Hidden's live stream, and Hidden talked to Hidden about it, and Hidden's yeah, that's kind of not smart, and it's not good.
It's literally live right now. You can look at it, and you already know what I think I showed it to you last time.
Guys, if you don't mind, allow me to work with law enforcement right now.
He's slurring his words.
The trolls, once again, like always, are doing their dumb shit like they always do.
To him, like,
and I'm
I
about
think he's
to
got
make
the
a troll.
shooting glass.
Yeah, a cop is waiting for him to finish his little introduction. He's such a prick.
What I got, what I don't have, all that good stuff. Is that okay with you? Okay. That's how you handle it, guys. Let me show you how it's done.
Oh my God!
Officer, as I see,
Matt
the young
just
fellow
smashes the window and drags him out.
We are going to shove it up the troll's ass, which I had a feeling this was going to happen.
I totally knew that I would drink in the parking lot and they would call the police on me. Yes.
Allow me to go into the back of my vehicle. I do have a holster which has nothing.
The cop's like, I don't like this guy's way he talks. He's like, oh.
Yeah. Also, like he's like, I don't know, like, I don't think New York would put, like, if you were like, hold on 1 minute, officer, while I address my audience, like, the cop would be like, asshole, get the fuck out of the car.
Yeah, get out of the car, or we're gonna.
Like, I'm not waiting for you.
Yeah.
You know?
And probably said right away, what are you doing here? You're a grown man, you're drinking in a parking lot, and you know, just get out of here, beat it.
Now we're gonna proceed to that.
Shit, man, she's gonna get in shit for this. She just let him reach into the back of the car and grab his coat out while she's standing there.
They let him go. I was so annoyed. Like, fucking haul him off. That would have been great.
He was a bad guy. There could have been a rifle under that jacket.
You know, Hidden, I was with a buddy of mine, and we were up in a place called Belleville, up in Ontario, at a BMW rally. And we came out of a bar at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and we had to take breathalyzer tests, and it was a female cop, and she was no jokes. But we both were good to go, but still, they weren't playing as polite as these people. I mean, we weren't even driving yet. We were going to our bikes, and they're like, "Come over here. Are you gonna get on the bike?" Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah,
and
when I saw this, I was annoyed. I'm like, they fucking let this guy off so badly, and then Wally's like, "Oh, duh," like, you're so lucky, Wally.
You have to understand, though, Slippery.
He was slurred his words.
Belleville's like a biker town.
Yeah.
And you look like the ex-leader of the Hells Angels up here.
Oh yeah, but she was tough. I mean, she was like, "You stand over there."
One here.
Yeah, and she made my buddy blow a couple of times because she couldn't believe that he didn't. But we really didn't, because like we tried to be.
Really, you took a test and then like no, it came up negative. Do it again. Like
absolutely,
wow.
Like, she made him do it again.
I'd be like, no, man, that's not a thing.
She actually didn't make me.
You're actually American, and you had 1 beer, and you're not blowing over. I don't understand what's going on.
No, she did. Yeah, no. And actually, her partner. There were 2 ladies, and actually, her partner says like, "I'll blow right now. I didn't drink anything." And then she's like, "Well, we'll see what happens with your friend."
What we're gonna do?
Don't proposition me while I'm trying to check you.
But they were cool. They were just doing their job. I get it. They're doing their job.
He doesn't say, "I'll blow into your machine." He just says, "I'll blow," hoping that she'll get the hint.
When this was some years ago when we crossed the border, and my one buddy, he's a little bit goofy, but he wasn't trying to be funny or anything, and we were crossing over the Canadian border, and she says, "Do you have anything to declare?" And he said, I'm not gonna lie to you, I got a 6-pack of beer in my saddlebag." And then she said, "Well, okay, all right, good, that's no problem." And he says, "Do you plan to leave anything behind in Canada?" And he said, "Just the empties." And she was like, she wasn't amused at all.
You made to declare, yeah, Canada sucks.
No, Canada's cool. I enjoyed it. I always enjoy going up there.
Look at Esteban in this video. Esteban like wants to just disappear.
We cooperated with law enforcement. Nothing happened. But now because they kind of gave us.
Esteban looks mad. Look,
Esteban's
like this fucking guy with his fucking YouTube shit.
Now he's drinking.
And now I gotta fucking explain this shit to my wife.
Showed them my weapons, which is a less lethal pepper ball.
I showed him all this shit. Now I got my friend drinking in the front seat again.
Had a gun.
I'm not gonna be able to eat steak for a week.
Once again,
the cops are now watching this.
You failed to take me down.
You guys failed.
Give me another beer, Esteban.
This is what I've been dealing with here on YouTube. So you failed once again.
Is this the one where he gave out his phone number?
No, that's a different one.
I love watching Esteban. He just wants to disappear.
Guys, because they
like
just
this
took off right now.
Esteban's not doing himself any favors with the way he's wearing that mask either.
Kind of a hint.
It's not really helping the whole COVID thing.
Esteban wants to like whip out his communicator and say, "Scotty, beam me out of here. I just want to get out of this situation."
So we're gonna do the right thing. We're gonna wrap up. I don't want to cause any problems.
We're gonna wrap up.
I don't want to be in the States anymore. Get me out of here.
Yeah, that's the look he has.
But they kind of handled him with kid gloves, to tell you the truth.
He's like that shit would not fly in New York.
Like he's got open
You know
bottles.
what they were thinking?
He's open bottle. He's slurring his words.
They're thinking, if we bring this fucker to the drunk tank, we're gonna have to listen to this all fuck.
yeah, exactly.
He's
I'm
one of
really
those stone cold
surprised.
sober drunks. Forget it.
I remember watching that live, and I was like, "What the hell are they doing?" Yeah, they just, oh, you're drinking. Oh, okay.
Well,
Like,
I mean,
if you were
if I
gonna
was a
drink-
gangster, he would have just shot her when she was standing there with her
Now I've got.
flashlight.
I never understood what's the appeal like of sitting in the car and drinking beers like that in high school. Esteban's got a house. Maybe I guess. Maybe
So they probably his wife is like, "You're not having that asshole in the house," because every time he comes in.
Well, where's Babu?
Oh my God, what's happening?
Babu.
Are you outside Wally's house?
Oh.
He's at the Empire State Building.
Oh, look at him. No, he's at Rockefeller Center.
Rockefeller Center.
Rockefeller.
Is this live now or they don't have? No, it can't be. They don't have ice skating in August.
I think they're roller skating.
Oh, are they roller skating?
could be,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, cool. Nice. Look at that.
Because they usually don't have leaves in the middle of winter, so.
Babu, no BLM. I don't.
Antifa, BLM, nothing.
I don't see any blue barrels. I mean, I hope.
I just wanted you guys to see all the BLM and Antifa that's out in the city right now.
Do you have your monkey fist with you just in case?
Yeah, absolutely. I got
What's a monkey fist again? It's like a chain and a padlock, right? Is that a monkey fist?
Something like
Yeah, because you can like go fishing and you can like toss it and then you can snag the barrel and pull it out. Yeah.
These are the people that Walter's saying are miserable. Like the city's like feeling so good right now and everybody's like having a good time. And Walter paints this image that everybody's angry and fighting everywhere.
Well, that's because he gets shit even when he goes to the blood bank.
In Charlotte.
The two of Wally's most prolific live streams, it seems like, was the one, the drive-by shooting, and now the blood bank, where the black people were acting up again. So I mean, what are you
North Carolina sounds like shit compared to New York.
Yeah, right. Sounds like a dangerous place.
Well,
to
he
live.
had shots outside his house, the tire cover, right, all that stuff, the parking lot accident.
His tires got slashed, right? The broken window.
Yep.
The shots. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Water bottle.
This is all within 1 year of us, like just watching him.
I'm just waiting for
Now
the
I've
new
got these
sticker that he
fuckers
gets
by
to
the
put
balls,
on.
don't I?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
Proud parent of 2 super straight children.
It's got Kevin Colburl written all over it.
Oh. Yeah, he accused me of that too. Yeah, that's right.
It wasn't even you.
Now I got them fuckers by the balls now, don't I?
That's definitely
that expected like 40 times. We listened to this on the car ride down to North Carolina.
Yeah,
and by the balls means he really, really thinks that it was Kevin. Like like he's gonna go to the judge and jury with that. Like,
yeah.
Like I know in my heart of hearts it was him, guys. So get him.
I never even knew what Rumble was until you guys were talking about. He opened up a Rumble. I'm like a Facebook guy.
I didn't know what the fuck Rumble was either.
Yeah.
Wally, thanks for the idea, buddy.
It's like, I'm a grandpa. Come on, man. I'm just a Facebook guy.
Yeah, I'm just a Facebook guy. Yeah, I mean, Facebook was the thing. I mean, what the heck? I guess all that other stuff now. I talked to my son and he's
My
like,
mods
oh.
are spies. Really? I'm sure they are. I know they are. I've caught a couple motherfuckers here on the channel already. Yeah, I'm paranoid. Nice try. Sure, right. Keep talking. Keep sending me more emails.
Send me more, guys.
You're
there's
fucking
something
caught
apropos.
now. You are caught red-handed. That you're so involved in my personal life. That you're involved in my fucking family affairs and my relationship. You're done. Now I got you by the balls. What else did you send me? What else is it all about?
What else are you gonna say?
Stuff that like 4 years down the line.
That's right. Keep the comments coming. More shit in my black book. That's right.
Mentioned it before.
Yeah, no right attacking me on Facebook. You guys had no right
creating fake Facebook profiles about me. You had no idea what Ruben Polizzi messaging my friends, claiming that I put a gun to my head in New York City, which I never did. That's a straightforward lie. With Marek
Then maybe you shouldn't keep bringing it up.
Child abuser. It's all on paper.
I know he did it on live stream.
It's all on paper. I have your voicemails calling my friend in South Charlotte. I got your voicemails from the office.
No.
I got the emails threatening me.
No,
keep sending me more.
Wally, Esteban is my friend too. He's my friend
come on.
too.
I told you. You guys are hearing the voicemails on your end, right?
Of course, I'm not going to read them to you.
And they don't like
my friend better.
Now I've got them by the ball.
By the balls. We got that. Balls.
Now I got them by the balls, and they don't like it.
But like this whole thing is just, it just shows his emotions are just uncontrollable. He doesn't know how to keep himself in check.
This is the one where he.
Look at his mouth. What is he doing?
The barista was team with another guy or something, and then he just.
Yeah, he was like, I can't believe this.
There's that one.
And then like 40 minutes of him looking at the camera.
Go on, keep them coming.
Oh, this was the one.
You like holding people's balls too.
By the end of the live
keep them coming. I want you to keep them coming.
By the end of the live stream,
keep talking.
He wasn't saying anything. He was just sitting there like
it was like 20 minutes of silence.
Give me everything you got. I love it. There's another
one.
one.
How are we seeing the Rumble comments?
Well, this is whoever put it on Rumble put the comments
in. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, two can play at this game. I'm not going to tolerate this any longer. These men have involved
two-player game.
My personal life in a very unhealthy way, and I will no longer stand for this. I will be taking these men to court.
You have to play more.
What kind of outfit is that? This goofy soccer jersey, those two mall.
And a post.
Isn't that what
I
you
will
call
be
them?
taking these men to court.
Fuck nuts.
Fuck nuts or Falcon nuts and a postal hat. Like it's apropos because the guy's gonna go postal someday.
It's American Psycho soccer hooligan.
Yeah, I mean,
American Post Office.
American postal hooligan.
This is awesome.
Keep going.
I only heard the dings.
Go on, keep talking. Let's see what else you got. Keep sending threats. Go on, keep sending more threats.
That's not a threat, Walter.
Yeah, right. You see how he manipulates it? Like how he manipulates it? He says
keep sending threats. You're all watching this in real time.
He doesn't tell his audience anything. He's
go on,
like,
keep sending me threats too. I like this. Keep threatening me. Come on.
At the beginning, I remember he was reading some of these comments, and then he stopped reading.
So now that I've got them by the balls, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, this is going to be
balls.
I like to know which one of these.
I think I found Antifa. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
We'll start from the bottom up.
Uh-oh.
Faith, hope, insanity, resolution.
The guy's gonna look at you and be like, what's going on?
I know who this is. I know who IDT is. I know who.
Don't make eye contact. This guy's gonna punch you, Babu.
Meat bags. I know.
He's on his Obama phone.
Valerie is somebody from Joker's crew.
Look how angry those guys are. Oh my God.
Oh, I can see.
What a shithole.
It looks like. Are there any socialists there? Look. Oh, look. I think those were two gay guys, actually. Yeah, those might have been two gay guys.
Oh my God! It's because of the schools that they want us to suck fucking fondle our kids.
I know who you are, Mayhem. I know. I've seen your face. I wonder which one of these. Which one? Trust isn't cheap. I haven't seen that name in a long time.
He's going through all the people in the chat and vetting them.
Nuke that one.
Nuke.
Cybertoxin comes in. Vagoda comes in every so often.
Vagoda.
Venki comes in every so often. Mitchell Oates, I know him. He's actually a neighbor here. I have two of them that I'm very suspect of.
I know that guy's a neighbor.
3 of them I'm very suspect of.
I don't trust 3 people in the chat.
We'll find out as time goes on, won't we?
We'll find out, guys.
But I trust
matter of fact.
And then I'll have you by the balls.
But why does he care? Who would care?
We're gonna do this live on camera.
He thinks people give a shit. Like it's gonna go. Oh, you have them by the balls, Mr. Hilligas? Oh, okay.
Who's he calling now to get them by?
He's calling Esteban up.
It's great. Oh, he goes up in like 20 minutes and.
Bear with me one moment here, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, this is when Esteban wouldn't even pick him up.
so crazy.
Why
Yeah,
is he
Esteban
always
saw
getting
he's calling and didn't answer the phone.
He always say ladies and
At
gentlemen.
the end, he goes,
Oh, this
yeah,
is
and happy
great.
birthday,
Yeah,
bro.
I remember this one. Yeah.
He forgot his friend's number.
Look at how his head disappeared under that hat.
Excuse me while I make a phone call.
This was when I talked to Esteban. This was the kind of shit that he completely wants nothing to do with. And what does he do? And he told him that he wants nothing to do with this YouTube shit. So what does he?
You don't want me to make Esteban content? Oh yeah.
You know what? I should actually send Esteban this. Actually, I'm going to call Esteban this weekend. I think.
Wally loves it when you call Esteban.
Yeah, I'm going to call Esteban this weekend.
He's watching right now, Wally. There's 12 people watching. What 12 losers are watching this right now?
I got a link over here with the Antifas. I'll try and come back on later.
All right, Babu.
All right, Babu's always lying. He never comes back.
Not true.
It's at the time he came back.
You're going to hear this for the public record.
The
public record, everybody.
The public record. Thank goodness. That's what Sister Mary Helene used to say. It's going to go on your permanent.
I'm eating steak right now. I cannot
Wally,
speak.
the difference between me and you is Esteban picks
This
up
is
for me.
Esteban I'm calling right now.
Really, Wally? We didn't hear that.
Hey Esteban, what's going on?
He's getting another Rumble comment.
About what happened last week.
Things are unraveling quickly.
But I'm a little concerned because right now, unfortunately, I'm finding out that a
Imagine you get
person
this message
in New York by the name of Kevin Colbert, who calls himself Slippery When Wet, who left you that voice message.
In case you forgot about
calling
that.
himself Lucy Stevenson, apparently and allegedly, according to what I'm being sent here, is still in contact with you. And I thought you and I had a discussion about that. Should they contact you or call you? You're to let me know immediately so I can call the police or whatever it takes. Remember that this man and his friends, they used a fake name.
You spoke to a man that I forbid you to speak to.
I confirmed that with you on camera, remember? But apparently these men have gone to great lengths to pretty much,
this message is already 5 minutes
going after
long.
me publicly. Apparently they're involved in my personal life, which I just found out today for the first time, how deep they're involved in my personal affairs. If they've talked to you, I've never given them your personal phone number in any way. I've never given them any information on you. I haven't given them your home address.
Esteban's at a work site right now.
So they have had to gone out of their way.
He's putting down a floor
to get your phone number. And no, it's not okay for them to call you without my knowledge. They don't know you. They live 150 miles away.
You can't be called to these people without me knowing about it,
Happy
Esteban.
birthday. I'll talk to you
I
soon.
forbid you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
To send your message.
Yes, happy birthday.
And then happy birthday at the end.
But
I'm not calling you for your birthday.
Just think about this. Like
Any questions?
Any questions? A lot,
I noticed
Walter.
you're not reading the comments out loud anymore. Weren't your audience to realize how you were manipulating them into your sympathy and your BS? Did we ruin your baby mama's pity party? Another sting operation chart. They're fucked, and they got caught. Again, they have no business calling my friends here in North Carolina without my knowledge. You're talking about men that don't know each other at all. That they would have gone out of their way to get this man's personal information to call them. But I'm going to find out. Let's see. If he doesn't call me back, I'll call him later tonight. You have no business being involved in my personal affairs. And now I've got you, I caught you again.
He's gonna be saying that to Esteban later.
Keep going.
Keep sending me
I caught
stuff,
you
guys.
again. So now these men openly admit to doxing one of my good friends.
Doxing equals calling a man up on the phone.
Good move. Keep going.
One of your friends that won't answer the phone on his own birthday.
It's like, oh, fucking Wally, fuck that.
Whether you like it or not.
Because he knows you're just calling for bullshit, not to say, happy birthday, Esteban. We're doing Esteban Nesta steaks today.
Do you think Esteban actually listened to that whole message, or he just went click?
It's like,
yeah, like, hey, it's Wally. Anyway, the YouTube and the trolls.
You guys are watching this in real time unfold.
It's like, I'll just watch
You
it on
can't make this
screen.
shit up.
He's like, you're watching this in real time unfold like it's a Kennedy assassination or something, you know?
Bling!
Like, see, another...
Too bad it's not the
You
Wally.
cannot make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. I
not a
want you to
magic bullet.
see what all of this is all about. All of it.
Jealousy.
His voice is cracking. Antifa.
This is
outside.
cyber stalking
Cops on them.
and aggravated harassment. And you're watching it unfold right here on this channel live.
Because I'm an idiot and I blast my whole personal information out for everybody all
But we
the time.
weren't watching anything because he wasn't posting the comments. So all
That
you heard
was
was
Slippery
bling.
taking off with the motorcycle.
He was trying to live stream the other day and like they were mowing the lawn
you guys
and he
are
couldn't.
watching all of this unfold.
With new comments,
So,
come on.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just
Get a
coming
couple.
to see one. Stand by, folks.
Jeff has a couple good comments.
Got another one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting him. Yeah.
Oh. This is the one that hurt
Oh,
him.
that's the one. I think that's the one that got him. Yeah. Look.
Look at his face. His little
I
lips are
remember this
curling up.
comment. I remember this comment.
Yeah, sure, right. See, again, these men are so involved in my personal life. I want you to see. Did you hear? The New York Peanut Gallery has seen Mitzi with another guy recently. Guess she moved on. How would you know that?
See,
how would you know that?
The comment
if
is
you
so
weren't involved in my
double-sided.
personal life?
It's like
how
New
would
York
you know
Peanut
that?
Gallery, but then is saying the stuff that would piss him off. It's like,
How would any of you know that? If you were not involved in my
He loves
personal
balls.
affairs. You have no
Bling.
business being, and again, I just caught them red-handed. This is probably the best one yet. You have no reason, no business, in any way, shape, or form.
Except when I make a video and say, send me comments, guys.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
But you know what?
Now
This
I
is-
really
this
got
is
you
the
by the
real
balls.
Mega Man, though. This is the no character playing Mega Man. This is
Yeah,
the.
thank you for sharing that with me.
No, it's all bit. He's
That's
doing a
what
bit,
happens
guys.
with ego, ladies and gentlemen, when people don't know when to shut up.
He's not
That
doing
one
voices.
screen cap right there is the best one yet that I've got on record.
Is this a shock
That
jock
they are
Mega Man,
actually
or is
admitting
this
to the fact
real
that these
Mega
people
Man?
are
is
just
actual
so ingrained in my
You
personal
never know
life
when it's a bit.
Yeah,
You never
that
know.
they
It's a
have
bit, it's a
interfered
show,
in
right?
my life.
Is this the shaved head
That's the
hollow
best
points
one
Wally,
yet.
or is this which
No,
Wally
this is
is
Victim
with?
Wally.
These men have no
Victim Wally.
business being involved in my life in any shape or form.
Shaved head Wally is I'm past the point of no return Wally.
You have no right.
Until the
And then
next
he
day.
returns. Yeah,
And then he returns. Yeah,
And,
and then he
and then
cat.
this is where
I am
You
reborn.
have no right.
this is where he goes downhill. He's going off the
You
off
have
the cliff here.
absolutely no right.
Look, he's you know it's all going through his head now. He's finally come to the realization that baby
Oh,
mama has.
they
a
should have
new
added
dad.
the tinkly music to this video.
Yeah.
Should've
Right
shown
here.
a picture of baby mama with the
Ooh,
new
look at
bag.
it. Oh.
That Esteban is no longer he's no longer exclusive
You are
with
all
him.
watching how far people
You
are
are
willing to go.
watching
It
me
says
cry.
You're
Look at him,
That one
One.
comment that I got right there.
One watching. You're like,
That
you are
goes to
all
show you
watching.
how far these men have gone to
Did you see
interfere in my
that?
personal
He
affairs,
just showed it to us
Not two
and to
watching.
interfere in my life.
with the
So
widest
this
shot
guy does a
possible.
live stream where he does a message for Esteban, and then like, we're interfering in his personal life when he's showing his entire personal life on camera. Jesus.
But
And
I
You have
love
no
that
right.
we're all
Message
watching.
to
And
Esteban.
You
there's
have
What-
one.
no right.
Would any of you like want to like be in Wally's, like have to live in Wally's head for like
Physically,
half an
oh.
hour just to see what it's like so you
There's
could
plenty
say,
of room in there. So, I mean, it's
No,
bigger
man,
than his
Darth
fucking
Vader.
kid's room. You could probably put bunk beds in it.
little bunk beds.
Yeah, I got excited.
I've never
when you first came on, I see
anything
you
like
had
this
bunk
in my
beds.
life.
I thought you were going to do a bit.
Well,
Darth
you know, I
Vader
was thinking
fighting
about it.
Captain
I
Kirk
actually,
in
I
his head.
fucking computer. I was gonna stay in there, but yeah, my kids' bunk beds are better than his kids' bunk beds. And my
They have-
sleep in
they
them,
have-
actually.
Did I
My
have a
kids have
Paw
open
Patrol-
toys.
Trying to. I don't believe what I'm watching here.
on the wall so they can't play with them. They just look at them.
Well, I love it. Wally's like, I bought 3 versions of the doll: one to keep open, one to keep, one to open, one to
I
keep in
cannot
the box.
believe
You know,
But
what's
that's
happening here.
That's actually the truth. Somebody did see her out and about with a guy. I mean, you know. So what do you
I
want? What
actually
do you
had
think?
dinner. I spoke to
Shouldn't
the
she
guy who
be?
did that the other day.
I don't
He was
believe
so
this.
regretting not
I don't
being able
believe
to get a picture. He just didn't want to be rude when he saw her.
Yeah. No, I get
So
it. I
he
get
took
it.
If you don't
picture
want
of her
people
from
involved in
behind.
your
I
life,
saw
maybe
the
stop
picture.
poking them.
I can't tell.
Stay
it
out of
was
my
her.
fucking life!
Okay,
hey,
Wally.
guys, shut up and
You're
listen.
going to court. It's that simple.
Play that again. Play
You
that
have no
again. That was
business
good. That
being
was too
involved
good
in
not
my
to
life.
watch
What was
again.
he
Good
looking
little
at when he
Yeah,
said
that
you're
was
going to court? He looked down at something.
I cannot believe
Like he looked at his court
what's
papers.
happening here.
This is what really got him triggered.
Yeah.
Right when he said this part right here.
I don't believe this.
Where he's like, stop poking them. And he's like, what? They're poking me.
If you don't want people involved with your life, maybe stop poking them. Stay out of my fucking life. You're going to court. It's that simple.
See him look down?
Sorry.
You got no
What was he
business
looking
being
at
involved
there?
in my life.
He's like, you're going
It
to
sounds
court.
like some kind of weird advertisement. You're going to court.
How fucking dare you?
We don't get paid until
That
you
should
get
be like
paid.
part of the intro. That should be part of the Dogpile intro.
Oh, cut it out.
Yes. I like this. The quotation marks embryonic position.
That's what Wally
Is
says.
that sounds like a sex
Look, he's like,
But he said, yeah.
he's like, this. Oh, it's going south on him.
It's like I feel it. I feel it.
You actually went to her family?
Oh, was that
That's
something?
more than you ever
Can
did.
this be verified, what you're showing me here in the chat, that they actually tried to contact her family?
I did send a message to her brother because Wally was talking shit about his dad, but I never heard back from him. So yeah, Wally, I contacted the brother that you doxed. Yeah,
Capturing that too.
Capturing it. Capturing your balls.
More
In my
balls.
mouth.
They're Pokemon balls. I gotta catch them all.
What kind of fucking people are these, man?
Oh, I think you know.
Oh.
That's why you put your fucking postal
He's so
hat
sad.
on. Right?
Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
Look, he's falling right off the cliff. He's falling off the emotional cliff now.
That's how you know he's emotional. He was wearing.
What
blue.
kind of sick fucking people do this?
What kind of sick people see my ex-girlfriend walking around with another man?
He
Who
makes
are
it sound
them?
Like we just buried a cat up to its head in the backyard and ran it over with a lawnmower.
Ah, you son of a bitch! How do you
That was really
think of that
detailed.
shit? Yeah, man. Like you had that planned for a while.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm waiting for this moment to drop this fucking. Sick
So we're gonna check out Slippy's backyard for a little hole.
little bloody
cat,
tree
little cat necks.
little bloody tree
What
stump.
kind of sick people do this?
Oh man,
You hear
people are going
like
south.
if you're just tuning in now, I mean, you're like thinking, well, what did they
Slippery's
do?
a
I
fucking
mean,
psycho, is what
it sounds like
if you're one of the two people watching this live,
yeah, it sounds like Jeffrey Dahmer shit. Like, oh, like we just took a skull out of our refrigerator or something.
What kind of sick,
What did you like to
twisted,
drink?
fucking evil people do this?
we need that tinkly music.
We definitely do.
This is really good. I forgot all about this.
There's so much good, like in the archives. There's so much good stuff.
Yeah,
And this is like what? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, every week.
It's crazy.
Like don't,
But you can see like
like
how
don't
how,
do
like,
this on video, Wally. I think he just shuts up from now on. He's just
Yeah, we're
quiet
gonna watch
all
the
time.
next 40 minutes of him looking sad. from
like
the side.
something so completely insignificant.
What is he typing? Oh, another comment.
The
Yeah,
biggest
who's he
win for
talking
him
to?
is the hugest loss. Like in order
What
for
kind
him
of-
to win, he's got to
What
disappear.
kind of fucking monsters are these people?
Very profound.
Monster.
Hidden.
A few minutes ago, he had us by the balls, and now he's like, "Look at these monsters! Make it stop!" I'm sorry, I touched your balls, monsters. Stop!
Somebody get the garlic.
Here are your balls back, monsters. Go away.
They're too big.
Here's a threat. You clearly can't take criticism of any kind. A judge will be able to see that in a second.
This is it. What?
Look at that. That's That's.
That's my favorite part. He's like, that.
Manipulative.
I was gonna say that was N-wordish,
Oh.
but this
Yeah,
is an evidence video. I've got to keep it clean.
now he lost it all. Now
I wish there was one of those moments.
Here's
I
a
think
threat.
it's
You clearly can't take criticism of any kind. A judge will be able to see that in a second. Look at that. That's That's.
I rest my case, Your Honor.
Once, shame on you. Twice, shame on.
That makes me sad. It's got to be illegal.
Fool me once, shame on.
God,
Fool me
Walter,
twice,
pull the
shame
plug on this video. He just keeps going. It's so cringe.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It wasn't this video, but he's done before. Like it's quiet, and then he'll go.
What kind of sick,
Queen
twisted
Ma'at.
fucking animals would do this to somebody?
Queen Ma'at. This
Who you
isn't the
calling
man to
animals?
lead the revolution. He's not the guy. He's not your guy.
Yeah, I remember Queen got me angry because she was like, "Oh, this is Maga Man, you know, this is." Oh, here we go. Why did the rest video?
You know what would be classic is if somebody tried to introduce me to who Maga Man was. I'd be like, "Oh, yeah, tell me all about it." who is it exactly? Oh, he's this guy that does less lethal. Oh yeah, tell me more.
Fascinating.
$400.
That was a Hail Mary, the $400. Yeah, yeah.
That's 8 weeks of plasma.
Oh, they had to cover it up with the words because it's so sad to look at.
Oh, this is
the truth.
You know what? I forgot
Fucking
how much
hurt.
joy this gave me. Now I'm just this is just great.
Oh, he's typing back. He's not gonna just answer back on the stream. He's gonna actually type an answer now. He doesn't want that to show up.
Get some professional help, my dude. It sounds like Jumpluff. Jumpluff typed this.
Oh yeah, my dude. Jumpluff is a my dude guy, but he was completely convinced it was me. I mean, he was.
It has Kevin written all over it.
Yeah.
What
Your Honor.
What does that mean? I'm only one of many that make the guy cry. So like, you can track it down to like a dozen people make him cry. I mean, maybe there's probably more that make him cry. So. But here it goes, yeah. And he knows he's still on the live stream, but he's just completely.
I think he forgot.
That sounds like it could be Babu.
But if he did forget, it's a good insight.
Gets his live stream, yeah.
If he did forget, it's like an insight into like how he behaves in front of the screen after he's sad. He just sits there and sulks for half an hour.
Takes the big long sighs.
I loved it when after Savage Cock left a comment, he like contacted like John Feel.
Like he goes
into a tailspin. So yeah, that's it. You get it.
It's a perfect example of what happens to a person when they have absolutely no life, and he's actually admitted
or
that,
control over their fucking emotions.
Right. But didn't he just admit that like his whole life is empty and meaningless, and he said that just recently, right?
He says that every week, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
There was one he's like, I wake up at 2:00 and I got nothing on my plate and I'm just this guy and sometimes I make a video and I can't even do that. It's like every other week.
Then he said the one time, oh, I'm down here and I just have such a peaceful life and I just want such a peaceful life, except when he goes to give blood and he's having trouble with the black people again or the water bottle girls. It's never a peaceful
water bottle girls.
Cried my nose off.
All right, I think I'm gonna. It's almost midnight. We've been doing this shit for 4 fucking hours.
You know what? You never think there'll be anything more to talk about with Wally.
And we didn't even touch on half the shit
we didn't
that's
really
happened
get
between
into
last week and this week.
I keep on like packaging videos to review and then we never get to it because we just keep talking.
But that last one was a highlight. That was another one that we should have saved that for Sweeps Week. Because
the video literally starts with him. I have these men by the balls.
Yeah,
and then an hour later he's just like crying.
By the end, he's sniffling it. He's sniffling and crying. Yeah. It's just so wild.
The apex alpha in action.
That is a micro.
You can't hurt me now, my enemies. And then they send him words, and he's like,
Words are weapons.
Send me more. Don't send me more.
Oh my god! All right,
you can't make this shit up. I'm just gonna kick everybody out. Anyone want to say anything before I kill you all?
I'm gonna fly my drone this weekend. I'm looking forward to it.
Dick tips.
All right, guys. It was good. It was good seeing everybody.
All right,
okay.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Have a good one, guys.
All right, guys. See you. Bye. Everyone's going away. Okay, it's just me. And thanks again, everybody. Good show. Of course, not as good as that great show we had when Maga Man showed up. But like we said, that'll be the end of every season. Got that, Wally? At the end of every season, you got to come on, and we'll talk. Anyway, that's it. I'm trying to find. I never have it ready because I'm a bad YouTuber. Here we go, guys. I'll do my regular outro.
This video ends now.
Thanks everybody for watching. Bye bye.